SunDaze. I'm the illest host on the East Coast, eating a delicious slice of buttered toast. Styles! And this man is.
All nighter.
Yes, sir. And this man is. Wait, it's just us.
Yeah,
Nobody here.
yeah, it's us.
Woo! Yeah, man. I guess people had some family type things to take care of today, which is fine. You know what I mean? Like I said, because we probably do a majority of the talking on the show anyways. They're probably like, could you shut the fuck up? But do we have anything before we? Well, oh, I didn't do the whole. So this is episode 65, entitled "New Year, Same Me." But I was gonna name it also something along the lines of war in Venezuela, or, even though it's not technically a war, but that's definitely one of our big top stories that we need
Right,
to.
yeah, yeah. We definitely got to get right into that. So, how
And
you
it
feel
would
about
be.
Venezuela? And
So
what?
how do I feel about it? All right, so it's kind of complex. It's kind of not. It's not just black and white because technically speaking, like most people who supported Trump are anti-war. You know what I mean? Like nobody wants any new wars and shit like that. So I don't like that. And when it comes to regime change, I think regime change is really sketchy too, because you get rid of one bad problem and you get another. Sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil that you don't know. But it's a sticky situation with Venezuela because they're in our hemisphere, they're in our backyard, and like they were booed up with they were absolutely booed up with the Democratic Party, which is why Trende de Agua and MS-13 and everything moved with impunity. I mean, they were taking over whole
Mhm.
apartment complexes, and they had the governor saying, everybody, nothing to worry, nothing to see here. Like,
Yeah, the Venezuelan people are really happy that Maduro is gone right now.
yeah,
They can
the
live
good people.
free, and I don't think they realize that it
But
might
now there's
not
a power
get
vacuum.
much better. Right now, they're just happy that the bad guy's gone, but I don't think they realize what's going to happen.
Because they're not thinking. You're saying they're not thinking second, third, and fourth order. Like
Yeah,
what happens now? There's a power vacuum, and all the vultures are looking at that and seeing it. Like you mentioned something before we went on air. China is already making some comments, right? Because
yeah.
they're pretty tight with Venezuela.
China had said that if we don't release Nicolas Maduro immediately, that we will face international consequences. And the reason why they're saying that is because they get a good amount of cheap oil from Venezuela.
Yeah, yeah. Because that's another thing. To be honest, is so many moving parts in this because it's not just about the drugs. It's not just about that they're communists there's so many different things. Like Cuba is highly involved with them. Now we're making comments like maybe we'll just head over and
Take over
liberate
Cuba.
Cuba, which would be amazing for the Cuban people. But at the end of the day, there's work to be done after that, and you don't know. It can go left. It can go left. Like I'm being fair.
We're already talking about the same thing that we did with Maduro in Venezuela about Panama as well.
Hmm.
And
And
you tie all these in, right?
yeah,
China has influence in all three:
yep.
Venezuela, Panama Canal, and Cuba.
And Russia's tied up with all them too. That's an important part of
Right.
the piece.
The big piece, I think right now everybody's talking about the drugs. I think the
But I don't think
drugs
that's the
charade.
biggest.
Yeah, the drugs is the charade. I don't think nobody really gives a fuck about the drugs. We got to remember, American CIA used to bring in drugs.
Yeah, they literally used to be drug dealers. Yeah.
So the United States government, when it says war on drugs, don't believe that shit. This is a war for
Unfortunately.
oil. This is a war for stealing energy from China and Russia. We don't want China and Russia to have cheap oil. The drugs is just a fuck the drugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
care.
Even though drugs are bad, kids, but yeah.
Yeah, drugs are bad, but America deals them.
And people are gonna find a way, anyways. To be fair, because I do know that a huge amount of drugs come across the border in Canada, and we're not going after Canada. You know what I mean? So there is certain things. Like I'm not one of these people. I always say I'm not one of these
About the
people.
drugs, we act like
I'm
we
not. I'm not
don't.
one of these people who are like Trump can do no wrong. Like I'm a critical thinker. Like people are always like, oh, what do you think? Oh, what do you think? I'm like, yeah, I don't. This shit I don't like. You know what I mean? Like,
I
but
actually, right before we live, I seen somebody on my page who, for this whole time in both Trump terms, was a huge Trump supporter. Said that he
another
doesn't agree
question.
with this one. He's not feeling this, and he said that this feels too much like Iraq to him, and he's
And
an
you
Iraq
should.
veteran.
And you should be able to say that type of shit without the president. Like, you know how, and that's another thing that people don't like. You know how certain things, if Trump has an opinion of it, he basically says like, if you don't have the same opinion as me, go fuck yourself. Like, I don't need you. Like, that's a bad look too, man. Like that. Some of the comments he's made that's pissed off the American people. The way he handled the whole Epstein shit, I have a big issue with that, and the way he handled his beef with Elon when it wasn't
Mhm.
even Elon's fault, that hurt his base. Like that
Oh,
hurt his base
absolutely.
big time. It could
This
be part of
is
the reason that we get blown out in the midterms, and we talked about this so many times, and I worry about that shit because to be fair, like what you say about the pendulum swinging back and forth is absolutely true. And if we get blown out in 26 and 28, I think this country is going down a bad path. I really do. But I mean, it's like still the lesser of two evils. It's like both sides do dumb shit. Like I've always known that because I know like you preach that a lot. But I just hate. I just refuse to get so black pilled that I think there's no hope at all anymore. If that makes
see,
sense.
see, I look at it like, how do I put it? So with this whole Venezuela shit, yes, it's great for the Venezuelan people that this dictator is out of office. Also, they're partying in the streets, having fun. But they know that China and Russia was involved in Venezuela for oil. Then
Big
Trump went
time.
and said on the news, every news station yesterday,
I
that he
saw
wants
it.
the biggest American oil companies over there to drill because they're not really drilling to their potential.
Only
And
about 5%.
yeah, but that's what they're telling us. You know what I
But he
mean?
literally did. You're right. He literally said like
We're gonna go over
on
there and take all their oil.
we're gonna take it that shit.
And we're
But he
gonna run
and he's like,
Venezuela.
oh, but he did say he's gonna enrich the people of Venezuela too. But we'll see about that. We'll see
Right.
about that.
You did you hear the dog whistle he said too? He said
Cause they
he's
should be
also gonna
rich.
make Venezuela safe, where it's gonna make Venezuelans want to go back home.
I know. I heard that.
I'm like,
And
yo, that's self-deporting. That's what he said. I'm like, as
do you
soon as
know
I
how
heard
many
him say
people are
that,
self-deported, dude?
well,
Do
yeah,
you
because
know
they got
like
money.
two? Yeah, like 2 million people. And I was thinking that's funny you said that, Aaron, because I was thinking that shit last night. I was thinking to myself like, I wonder if Trump has an idea in his head like. I got an idea. I'll just make Venezuela part of America, and I'll just send all the immigrants that we don't want down there. I swear to God,
That's
I was thinking
exactly
that. I'm
what
like,
happened. We're gonna run Venezuela.
I mean, he said it. He said
So
we are gonna, for the time being, we're going to run Venezuela. Like, and
while
you're
we
right.
go
That can
run
get.
Venezuela, we're gonna just literally be flying Venezuelans back to Venezuela and say, "Here you go. Look it. You're home safe now. There you go. We're bringing you back to your home," and act like it's a big hero mission when he's really just deporting the people he don't want here.
Yeah, man. The whole thing is like, but you get what I'm saying? Like, it's such a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like the Maduro guy, bad guy. I get it. Cool.
yeah.
But it's like
If the world goes,
we
if the
didn't
world really
cater until
does,
the oil though.
if the world, I'll say one thing though. There's so many bad things going on in the world on every corner of the earth. If the world really does go to a world war, like I think is possible, small things like this, chess pieces, are actually going to help us, whether people like it or not.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
When we
Like,
do go to war, because this is definitely going to start a war, we're going to have our footing in Venezuela. So
there's a lot
wherever
of
we
oil
put our
there.
flag, we're good. So that us taking all that oil is going to help our funds and our energy while we're at war.
Do you
You
know
got
by the
World War II,
size?
they had all the women working and shit like that because the men were at war.
Yeah, with the
Our country fucking suffered. because our workforce was gone, our energy was gone. We had to really work. So now we're going to prevent that before the war. We learned from the first world wars, the first two.
And you know what's messed up about that, Aaron, is that the regular people, they suffer for the cause, but the rich get richer during war.
Mm-hmm.
The rich get richer and the poor get poorer and get to dying, pretty much, is what.
Like, if you notice, all like the last 5-10 years, both parties, in a sense, have been pushing towards electric cars. Republicans, not as much, but like when Trump had his little Tesla relationship and showroom showing the cars.
I know that was good for electric cars because previous to that, Republicans shit all over electric cars.
So now you got a bunch of Republicans in Cybertrucks and Teslas, but these oil tycoons, they're the ones that really fund the Republican Party. So that's why Republicans have always been pro-oil.
This is now, what Ryan...
All right.
Yeah. Ryan, who should be on the fucking show, Hammer says, it's them boys. Yeah. You know that whole shit, right? Them boys. They blame them boys on everything.
Them boys really be doing everything, though. So.
I know. Do you remember the clips we got from the other thing when we were telling Joey everything we talked about before he came on? Mm-hmm. I said it actually made a good show. I said we also talked about all the bad things that Jewish people do. Like, I bet you that the Jewish community loves that type of shit.
Yeah, they love it.
Dude, they're beefing with Mandami right now, but I don't want us to get off course because I'm sure we're going to go.
I think that with Venezuela and all of this is for oil. We knew about their drugs for over a decade. We never gave a fuck about their drugs until just recently. And then when we go there, we didn't even, like Trump didn't even say yesterday, we're going to go in there and make sure there's no more drug cartels. We're going to wipe out the cartels. Nah, he didn't say none of that shit. He just said, we're going to go over there and drill, baby, drill.
I mean, he did, like you're saying, he did flat out say, like, on national television, like, we are going to take some of the oil. He didn't say all of it, but, yeah.
I mean, he said, we're going to go get the biggest and best oil producers from America to go over there and take their oil. I'm like, this man just admitted to thievery on the news.
And you know what's messed up about all of this, man? And like, I hate to sometimes to be like this, but you know how Fifth always says you're either punching someone in the face or you're getting punched in the face, or we say you're either the hammer or you're the nail. Like, for so many decades now, dude, we just let the whole world sort of do what they wanted. I know we still did fucked up shit. Like, look at all the... I love how people always forget, too, that Obama had a shit ton of... was blowing up a shit ton of fucking people in the Middle East. Mm-hmm. He deported over 3 million fucking illegal... Like, it's wild to me that the same shit that Trump is doing... Does that make any sense to you, just out of curiosity? A black Democrat president did worse...
Who's ever in office.
They're hypocrites.
It's just on who's in office. So whoever the person of power is, it's human nature to blame the person in power. No matter if it's politics, job, relationships, friendships, religion, people blame the person in power. Like if people have a problem with religion, they're blaming the Pope.
It's like basically saying like, once the president's out, sort of like out of sight, out of mind. Like who's ever there is like that. You're the fucking problem.
That's the one that they point the fingers at because that's the one in charge. So if there's anything,
and the pendulum, and the whole pendulum, and that leads to the whole pendulum.
Yeah, that's why the pendulum swings. That's why if you notice, American presidents goes Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican for like the last 20, 30 years, and it's like,
right. Well, I read a few. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, but I've read a few political analysts saying if there was ever a time in history that people might not decide to go the same route as it could be now. But I don't know, man. It's still like it's
right now. This is where
precedence.
Trump used that thing that they've been talking about for like a year, and he's going to stay in office.
I know it's precedence is what it is. It's like a reflex in this country. Like you just go back and forth, and sometimes you get where if they like someone enough, you'll get 8 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you even get presidents who are just one-term fucking
Well,
presidents. You know
look
what I
at
mean?
it
Like,
like this. Know how they've been joking for like a year or two? Like, hey, if we're at war, Trump can stay president. We're going to reenact that law.
like what Zelensky's doing in
Yeah,
Ukraine.
so guess what? That's what I see
Yeah.
Trump doing. I see us being in this war for a few years, China attacking Taiwan because we took their oil in Venezuela. Russia's going to say, fuck that peace talk in Ukraine. We're going in again. And then we're going to be like, fuck, we did all this.
And I guess fucking anything technically, I guess anything's possible, man, because we got 3 more years. But some things that could change, you realize if the Republicans get blown out in the midterms, Democrats gonna have more power to veto this shit, and they're gonna start impeaching Trump left and right unless he backs off on certain shit. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
So it all
I
depends on
don't know.
the midterms. If the midterms is good for the Republicans, well, then Trump will most likely stay in as president because we'll be at war.
Like,
And
do
then
you
he'll
think
have,
this is the way it's meant to be? Do you think this is the way it's meant to be to try to keep things even with the pendulum going back and forth and back and forth? Or do you think it's really that way because it's just playing all of us and we're just watching the
I
show?
think it's
Like,
both. I think it's the American people's feelings and the government itself saying, okay, we'll switch. Here you go. You didn't like this one. We'll give you this arm. We'll give you this arm. We'll give you this one. And then it's like, okay, well, it's both arms on the same fucking body, left, right. You know what I mean? So it's just a
by the
big,
way, did you see in the news that it's been in the news a lot? They're saying that Elon Musk and Trump have like pretty much like squashed the beef totally,
yeah.
and Elon's
It was
spending
on it was on
mad loot.
Twitter this morning. Elon just gave the Starlink Wi-Fi to Venezuela till February 3rd. That
Mm.
way they can stay in contact and everything because when we went over there to get Maduro, we knocked out all their communications.
Like some people don't like Elon, and they say like he's always been really left leaning. The left loved him but like I judge a tree by its fruits. You know what I mean? And he's done like, dude, if he didn't free Twitter, do you realize how much just that changed things?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you couldn't say nothing. Like you couldn't say nothing on most social media. It was owned. It was owned by the left.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
but the fucked part is that now Republicans are gonna try to hurt the left's social media. You know what I mean? Like you're right. They're just all doing
It's
the same fuckery.
both arms fighting, and then it's all a big charade and illusion to the fucking get us to play ball. That's all it is.
Make sure you go check out Illusions by
All
Fifth and
platforms,
all
issue
that.
my fifth, feature myself, illusions. We talk
Yeah,
politics on that rap song.
yeah.
But,
Because whether red or blue.
facts. I look at it
Yeah.
like this. This is all a big distraction for us to be controlled. That's the definition of government. You got to govern and control the people. How do you control them? You get them infighting, and then they're too distracted with each other to worry about who's making them infight. It's literally in the 48 laws of power. I mean, it's one of the laws where you get people to fight so they don't see the distractions. And
And
it's
I think there's very few politicians who are actually there for like good reasons and actually like
mm-hmm.
because they give a shit about the American people. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Like
Fight
most
percent.
people, most people, unfortunately, in this world who want to be in power like that are usually not good people. It's really true. Like if we could get more good people to want to do that work, and they say anyways, even if you are a good person when you join politics, it usually corrupts you because there's
Mm-hmm.
money thrown in your face
Well,
constantly.
look at every president, how much they age in 4 years.
Dude, I know I've seen, dude.
All of them, they go in there with a full head of hair, colored and shit. They come out, their hair's like balding, all white.
Dude,
It's like,
Trump
bro, how did
still
you age
like
50 years in 4?
Trump still had like some friggin' orange left in his hair when he got in office. Now his hair's like white. You see that
Yeah,
shit?
it's all white back. No, like
I know.
Trump's been orange haired his whole life.
I know. And the
Like,
same
he's
thing
not even
happened
dyeing
to
his hair anymore. He's like, fuck it. I don't got time. I'm too busy.
And the same thing happened to
Obama
Barack.
too. He
But
fucking got went
Barack,
all white. It was
that
like,
always blew my mind. I don't know why, but that always blew my mind that that was that dude's legit name, Barack Hussein Obama.
yeah, it definitely threw me off the Hussein in the middle. And Obama
Yeah.
was so close to Osama.
Yeah, dude, that was really what. But like all the conspiracy with that, like that Barack Obama knew the Bush family since he was a child, like that,
Yeah,
like they say that we don't actually elect any of our presidents, right?
right.
We just think we do.
Yeah.
It's
You know what I
already
mean?
predetermined.
That's why there's so many different levels of government and politicians. That's why we have the electoral vote. So we can't democratically vote a president. Like I've always thought
Like,
the electoral vote was the most ridiculous, retarded shit in the world because okay, so we're a democracy, we're gonna vote our people in, but the popular vote don't matter. The electoral vote matters. So each state got a handful of people that actually make decisions. Nobody else matters. What the fuck?
right? Like they even say, because they're always saying democracy, democracy, democracy. Like technically, democracy is only like basically 51% of the people get to tell the other 49% go fuck yourself. Like that's what democracy is. You
Right,
realize that, right?
but
Because
it's just
people
an
cry
illusion.
about
It's another illusion because look at the electoral votes. The electoral votes is what really matters.
the electoral college, correct? Yeah.
So those electoral college, that's who is running our country. That's who's putting these people in power.
Like
Not people.
I've always said, and tell me what you think too. I feel like the faces that they show us, our so-called leaders,
Mhm.
aren't even really the people who really run this motherfucker.
No, they're all puppets. That's why they're speechwriters. You notice every president got a speechwriter. Who's writing that?
And not to mention, technically, although Trump does a lot of his own speeches, but he does have a speechwriter too. But technically, at the end of the day, and this hurts a lot of people's fucking bums too. We're technically not even a democracy. We are a constitutional republic.
Yeah,
I mean, like
yeah, they say it right to us. You know what I
they
mean?
really
It's
do.
just so dumb of people that we just listen to what we're told and we're like, yeah, that makes sense. Cool, perfect. And then we go about our business. It's like, no, we're not a democracy.
Well, here's the thing. I just said this to my brother-in-law the other day, and I have a close friend, who always says this. I said, "Do you think it's crazy that we are seeing now so much fraud is being exposed of taxpayer money, but we're bitching about it, but we're all sitting around doing fucking nothing about it?"
Bro,
Like,
my boy just sent me this text message picture. I have to put it on air.
yeah, do it. It's fucking crazy to me, dude. Like we
Look at
shouldn't
this.
even pay. Do you know they don't even need federal income tax from us
Styles,
anymore?
look.
They just do it. Wait, put it a little bit closer. I'm blind. Dude, bro, you got good shit all the time. That was you who put up the thing where freaking they made Trump look like a Jersey Shore like blowout and shit at the fucking barber shop. That shit was fucking hilarious. We
So I
got somebody. We do got somebody. He's not up yet, but we got one of our panel members. Surprisingly, is about to pop up here soon. So it's a secret,
oh
though.
shit.
It's a secret for the people. I know we saw Weapon fucking the
All
last
right,
time. That shit was crazy. We
all right.
saw
Weapon just
Weapon.
popped up in the last episode. He ain't been on since before I started popping in.
We saw it right. We saw Weapon back on the show before we saw Hammer and Big John, who were supposed to be like staples. Oh, here we
Yeah.
go. We got our panel member here. Let's bring him up, ladies and gentlemen. Hey,
What's
and
good? What's
this
good? What's good?
man is
What's good, y'all? What's
what's
good, y'all?
what's
How
up,
y'all doing?
brother?
Not
Long
much,
time
man.
no see. How's it going, man?
Man, it's
How was your
been going.
Christmas? How was your New Year's?
Christmas was
You and
good.
the
I mean,
family doing good?
hell yeah, man. It was my newborn's like first Christmas, first New Year.
Oh,
You know
Oh,
what
that's
I'm saying? So
awesome. I remember the
yeah,
days. Yeah,
so
milestone.
man.
she's yeah, so it's fun though. But I mean, recently, I've been kind of just working a lot, spending time with with my little ones, stuff like that.
I feel you
Youth
on that.
church. So we've
Yeah.
been just doing our thing.
John, obviously you know what happened. How
Yeah.
you feel about Venezuela and this Maduro
Yeah, yeah.
drug
Bro,
conversation?
Hard
Trump
minds
is
would
the
like to know.
biggest
Yeah.
thug in the world, bro.
Bro, that's gangster. He said, you know what? I'm not telling nobody. I'm just gonna go in there, get him, take him out,
And he
take
just
over.
scooped them
Yo,
I
up.
run shit now.
Yo,
bro,
yo,
it's like the
Maduro was
classic
still in
shit.
his motherfucking sweatsuit and socks with sandals, bro. He got snatched up.
Hey, he was in his PJs. Like, what's going on, bro? Come on, dude. I'm
Yo,
cuffed up now. What the fuck?
Dude.
won't
And
forget,
they
right?
had
So I've been doing what's called playing that new game that everyone be playing, that Arc Raiders shit. I'm in the middle of playing that shit. Also, I look at my phone and I see all these explosions going on from Venezuela, right? And I'm talking to my boy about it, right? My
yeah,
little YN, and we're talking about it. I'm like, yo, what's going on over here? Like, this is kind of crazy, right? I was like, this
yeah,
is kind of crazy. This is like also right after Iran
Mm-hmm.
said that they're going to declare war on us too, which is stupid.
Oh,
And then,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden, like an hour or two later, all of a sudden I see that he said, yeah, we just went in there, we just captured him. You know what I mean? We just, I was like, wait, what? With helicopters? We just flew helicopters over, we just captured him and brought him back. No,
The
no
footage
pushback, no
is
resistance.
wild. The footage is wild of all those helicopters. Dude, they blew up. There must have been a lot of people trying to get him out of there because they blew up a lot of shit over there. I don't know.
Oh no, they did, and they even hit like a grave site of like a old like dictator. They
Oh
blew up the
shit.
grave site for that stuff too. It's like some Chavez
Yeah,
or
because
something like that.
it's like yeah, it's propaganda. Yeah, Hugo Chavez. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
they
a
blew it
big
up.
he's a big legend of the fucking of the left. Yeah, they love that. They
Yeah,
love that dude.
that
so
But
does
was
we
that
always
mean
funny.
do that
Iran
shit.
is mad now? What did Iran say?
Well, that was before this even happened.
Yeah, so that
Iran
was like
declared
before.
war
That was
on
like a few
us.
days before that. So Iran declared war on Israel, the United States, and any like European countries. You know what I mean? That
They're
are like
just
on that
reacting
side.
now. They're just reacting now to the fucking Operation Midnight Hammer.
You know,
We
bro, like
fucking
we're like, okay, who cares? We took you guys down with one strike.
like this is like the way America used to be. Like, I hate to, and as Christians, we're supposed to like it, but it's like for so long we let people just do whatever the fuck they want to do. Like, but also I don't want us to get into like some Iraq and Afghanistan type of shit too. Like, I
That's
don't
never
know,
gonna
man.
happen. That's never gonna happen. I mean, you can already see Venezuela already. The vice president already told like Rubio and them, like, listen, like whatever you guys are ready to do, we'll do it. He's totally compliant.
No, she
I
she took
know.
that back yesterday. She took that
Oh,
back
she did?
last night. Yeah,
Oh, really?
she's calling
She
for
did? Because,
protest in the street.
I mean, who's gonna really protest when people
Right,
are
they're all
actually
happy
happy that
right
there's
now.
no communism there?
They're partying in the streets, and she's like, "Nah, you should
Exactly.
be mad that I can't get power now because she thinks that
Exactly.
she should get the power." And Trump said no to her, and I guess the
Yeah.
opposition leader who really won the last election and got
Yeah.
snubbed,
I
she
heard
said
that.
that she should get the power because she actually got the
Yeah.
Democratic vote, but Trump said no to her too.
Well,
Well,
even
he
though
said
she
that she
didn't
doesn't
even,
have enough support.
yeah,
Right,
exactly. But I mean, also at the same time, she also just won the Nobel Peace Award. You know what I
right, yeah.
mean?
So
Yeah,
she's a Nobel
I
Peace
saw that.
Prize winner, so she might be a
Yeah.
good leader.
She would
Yeah.
definitely be a good leader. And then the vice president also was appointed by Nicholas, whatever his name is,
Right.
and
Yeah, so obviously we can't
Maduro.
put the
Maduro.
VP in because that was Maduro's people. We're not going to
Yeah.
put the Nobel Peace Prize winner in because too many of Maduro's people are still in the country and she'll be dead in a week.
Well, that's the
Well,
problem.
that's
They're
why,
definitely
yeah,
gonna
that's
do
why
it.
Trump said that for right now, we're
Right.
going to run. Sorry, every time I
We're
laugh, I
gonna
laugh.
run Venezuela. Venezuela is currently a territory of the United
Venezuela is
States of
a
America.
51 state.
That's
That's
fucking
Yeah.
our
wild.
51st state.
So I just asked the good old future of intelligence AI, what countries are upset about the United States taking over Venezuela?
Yeah.
China strongly condemned the U.S. military action as a breach of international law and called for Maduro's release, warning against hegemonic behavior and urging respect for the UN Charter. Russia denounced the strikes as armed aggression, called for an immediate
Right.
response from the international community, and insisted Venezuela must determine its own future. Cuba protested sharply, calling the U.S. operation state terrorism and demanding an
So
international response,
communists.
given
So
close ties.
communists are upset.
Yeah, look at Iran strongly condemned the U.S. military attack and described it as a violation
Is
of
there
national
anybody who
sovereignty.
are not fucking dictator, fucking authoritarian? Is there any
Not
good
really.
people?
No.
No.
You wanna know what's
Colombia
funny?
is mad. Good old Colombians called the U.S. strike on assault on sovereignty of Venezuela and Latin America, urging international bodies to respond and mobilizing forces at the shared border. Mexico condemned the intervention, saying it jeopardizes regional stability. Brazil criticized the U.S. actions as crossing a red line and violating international law. Chile expressed concern and condemnation, urging peaceful solutions rather than military intervention. Uruguay rejected military intervention and reaffirmed the importance of respecting the UN Charter. And South Africa called the actions a violation of the UN Charter and asked the UN Security Council to address the situation.
You know what's
The
funny is
only
that
thing is, like, I don't think anything more is going to become of it. Like, I think it's an
ah,
operation just like the shit in Iran, where the Democrats are like, you brought us to war again, and there's just no war. You know what I mean? Like,
Nah, I think there's definitely gonna be a war. And Styles, turn your mic up a little bit. When John came
oh,
on, your
sorry.
mic got a little
Oh,
low.
sorry. I was eating a pickle. That was
You
why
got your
I
mic
flipped
on
it
your
up.
head. That's
eating
why.
a pickle. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
But
why
no,
is he
yeah.
so low all of a sudden? He got his mic on
Yeah.
top of his head.
Yeah, I had it up there because I was being bad. I was eating a
You were
pickle on the
trying to
show.
make sure we could hear your thoughts. That's what it was.
Exactly.
It's
But
all good.
no, so you think it could devolve into like some World War III? I mean, we're basically the amount of shit that's going on right now. If you think about it, the world has been at war,
Yeah,
really.
we've been ready for World War III.
Like North Koreans and
Just
Russians,
waited
and
we just waited for the spark.
I
This was
say this to people all the time. Yeah, I say this to people all the time. Right now, North Koreans and Russians are fighting Ukrainians, and even though people don't realize this, friggin' France is in there, Germany's in there, we're in there with Ukraine. Like, it's a world war already.
Africa's fighting each other.
Right, I was gonna say, and that's not even saying what's
Fighting
going
each
on in
other.
fucking the Middle East, what's going on in Africa. We're fucking blowing up ISIS in Nigeria, which you know what, to be honest, I love that shit too, because they killed over 100,000 Christians and burnt down thousands of churches. Like, I really don't feel bad for those people. They got a nice little Christmas present for their bitch asses.
Like, I think this is
Like,
gonna
I
be
don't
World
see
War
it.
III.
No, the only reason why I don't see it is because it's like I think the world sees that all the countries that bully little like smaller countries are the ones that are upset. So Russia,
Well,
they've been trying
yeah,
to bully Ukraine for a little bit. You have China that's trying to bully Taiwan. You
well,
know, right?
but
China
to,
might take Taiwan.
but to be the
They really
top
might.
country in the world, you kind of gotta be a bully a little bit. America's always been
No.
a bully. We've
Oh
gone over
yeah.
the countries, planted our flag, and said this is ours now.
That's
But
what I'm
And
saying.
do you think
I
that
think we're
we
getting
got
too weak.
bases everywhere in the world.
I don't know if we came too weak, bro? I mean, think about this, right? We we had a 4 hour raid. We walked in there with helicopters, not even like tanks and all this other stuff. We didn't
It just
destroy
took
the whole
them.
country.
Took them.
We took him and we came back, right?
And
Well, we
nobody
did
Laughing,
that.
lost their
smiling.
We
lives.
did an
No one
EMP
lost their lives.
strike beforehand.
No
Exactly.
Americans, at least.
So we took the
We over in
EMP strike
Iran,
beforehand. Though we knocked out their electricity and their communications beforehand.
Yeah, I
which
mean,
is fire.
That's going to be the new warfare
Oh, that
because
yeah. I
yeah,
mean, there's
we
always
already knew about that.
casualties of war. Like they've been knocking out comms ever since there's been comms. Like that's a thing.
right, yeah, but
They
that's
were
going to
talking
be
about
like
that
the
strategy in
mainstay
movies.
of war now.
That's
And
why I
now
say
we're
people don't
so used
realize.
to technology now that we don't know how to communicate anymore without communications.
Like, we don't even have to get bombed over here. We could get hacked, and they could bring.
Yeah,
That's
number
one thing
five.
I do worry about in the United States. Do you remember they just recently found all that shit that was in New York City in a basement? They tracked it to China with all these phones and shit hooked up to computers and shit, and it was gonna send out a mass text and call, and it was gonna just knock everything down.
Well, remember a few years ago when they said it was Russian hackers that shut down the Southeast power grid when they had
Yeah,
everybody in the fucking like Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, they were like fucking out of power for like 2 weeks.
yeah, I remember that. There was blackouts and
Yeah,
brownouts and shit. Like,
that's what these other countries are gonna do to us in retaliation for Venezuela.
Since we're talking
So
about all
expect
this
a blackout
energy,
and a brownout soon. Expect fucking, hey, guess what? There's no power. What happened to the power? That's what's gonna happen.
not to go off course so much, but we keep talking about all of this electricity and energy and stuff like this. Have you guys been seeing this shit about all these little miniature nuclear stations that they're starting to build all around the country? And they're reopening nuclear
Yeah.
power stations that have been closed down, and it's for AI. Like they tell us that we
Mhm.
have to use less power, but AI is getting unlimited power. Like, does that concern anybody? You know what I mean? Like,
It's a different form of power. So oil is different than the nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion, yes, even though it's more powerful and has more resources to it, it's less work to get. You know what I mean? Like that's all like science fucking lab shit.
Yeah, there's less
like
like
But
you heard
pollution and
Trump
shit.
said that we're gonna build
less
a nuclear
pollution,
power
plus
plant.
there's less like drilling and actual like physical setup to get like we don't gotta go into the earth fucking a mile deep to
Do you
get the
see that
power.
shit where Trump said that we're gonna build a nuclear power plant on the moon? Like, and you know what that makes me think? I've been saying this a lot lately. There's either two things I feel like. Either we never went to the moon because if you think about it, we went in the 1960s with none of the technology that we have now, but we never went back 60 years
Right.
later. Doesn't make much sense. But it's either that or they've been secretly going there the whole time, and the reason why Trump's saying we're gonna build shit on there by 2030 is because it's already there. Like I don't know which one to
Yeah,
believe.
that makes sense. It's either one or the other.
Yeah. Uh-oh. What? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm here. You know what's funny though? I don't think that we even went to the moon at all because I feel like we kind of lied just to make Russia think that we were so advanced. You know what I
To
mean?
make them
Because we
spend all
were,
their money. To make
yeah,
them
because
spend all their money, and we did. And
yeah,
we
Little
did.
it
do
was
we
smart,
know that the moon is literally just somewhere in Antarctica.
Oh
right?
man, you had to say
That's where the
Antarctica,
set
didn't
was.
you?
Where
Guys,
the set was.
what do you
Yeah,
think about Antarctica and the ice wall? And is there anything beyond that ice wall?
I think so.
I think so too, man. Like the whole Admiral Byrd. Are both you guys familiar with the Admiral Byrd story?
No.
In the late, I think it was the late 1940s, early 50s, somewhere around there. Admiral Byrd, he was in the Navy, and his whole crew they went to Antarctica on a mission for the United States, and he wrote a whole bunch of crazy shit that he saw. And when he came back, he released some of it, and he got like court-martialed. They disappeared his ass. So everybody, if you get a
Hmm.
chance, don't just take my word for it. Look up Admiral Byrd, Antarctica. It's some
Yeah, I'm
fucked
gonna have
up
to check that
shit.
out. I'm definitely gonna have
Yeah.
to check that out. I
Like,
mean,
I
like,
think there's definitely like, I think that's probably where the Illuminati headquarters at. Them motherfuckers got a big office. They got their military base. They
The
got
looks
people
like
who
Doctor
really rule
Evil
the
secret
world.
lair.
conventions, the other shit.
The
They
people
ready.
who really rule the world now. Like, you know how you don't hear anything about the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers anymore? Like, they're still around, but we're the fucking like, bro. I'm telling you. I know it sounds like crazy talk, but when you think about shit like this, do you know that we supposedly, if we went to the moon, but we know more about the moon than we know about our fucking oceans, the bottoms of our
Yeah.
oceans. We don't
Oh
know
yeah.
shit. As
Oh
much
yeah,
as we
no.
think we know, I don't know, man.
Listen, I think there's something up with the oceans too. I think that like there's a reason why we don't know what's at the bottom of the ocean. Maybe the bottom of the ocean goes out to the other ocean.
Like they're seeing like UFOs coming in out of
Who
the water.
knows, right? We don't
It's
know. Nobody
crazy.
knows.
Maybe he goes straight
Dude,
to the other ocean.
guys, anybody out here who sees this, Google this shit too. Science has proved recently that there's another dimension and that there's some
Oh
sort of like
yeah.
entities in that
I
Hmm.
dimension.
mean, well, think about it, bro. Like Stranger Things, you know what I'm saying? Like Stranger
Yeah.
Things is literally based off of the Montauk Project. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know,
And
bro.
MK
That
Ultra.
blows people's minds. When I tell
Yeah,
people
like
that Stranger Things is based on a true story, their heads explode. I'm like,
yeah, like it's a
yeah.
real thing. So it's like that's why I love watching Stranger Things. I mean, granted, yes, I know it's a huge thing of fiction, but it's also based off of real like experiments and real events. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they even got to the point where even Russia was like battling with America, trying to find
Dude,
scientific
Stranger
advancements in
Things
it.
is a badass show, man. I'm all caught up on it. So I have to ask you the question: did you think they needed to go so silly with Will Byers' character.
Oh, I already knew he was a little fruit tub.
Like what I mean is, I don't care that he is, but like to
Me
make it
neither.
such a big deal.
Yeah, they never had to do
You know what I
that.
mean? Like,
Even in the first couple seasons, they used to make jokes about him being different. Okay, we could have just left it at that. We didn't have to like go in. He's like, I don't like girls. Well, I like girls, but not like you guys. Like that was
he
stupid.
always
Like,
had a twinkle in his eye. He
I
yeah, we're
did. He
think
always did.
trying. We're
I
trying to
think
kill
what
this
they're doing with
monster.
all these TV shows, we already know how they got their checklist for every
It's
category.
it's propaganda, pretty
Right.
much.
It's to say, hey, we got the biggest watched TV show right now. We're gonna throw a monkey wrench in the game and fucking say that this kid's gay.
Well, they
Wow.
just no, he's really gay in real life.
Yeah, and
Right.
also
Well,
he is
just to
gay
But
in
get
real
yeah,
him
life.
to come out and say his character now
right. But it's
gay.
not just them. They do
Right.
it everywhere. It's
Okay.
like how all these historical shows and movies now, like I made myself just get used to it because it's so prevalent. But like this show Vikings that I used to watch, all of a sudden like in the later seasons they just start putting black dudes in there. Like dude, like it really wasn't like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
like
yeah. See,
because
yeah,
everything's
and
got to
I wouldn't
be
think that either.
like you
I
gotta
wouldn't
have
think those black guys in.
every family on every show. At like the father's Chinese, the mother's black, the kid. You know,
Yeah.
They try
There's
to
a gay
be way too
character, there's a
inclusive.
female character, a straight
like
character,
diversity's
three
cool,
different
man.
races.
Like
Yeah, it's cool, but not when you're trying to speak on like historical facts and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
right.
You don't need to force homosexuality into TV shows. You can just have a TV show be what it is for what it is. You know what I'm saying? All that other extra stuff
Yeah, like
is
we
is,
know it
is
exists.
extra.
Like I don't, and like I'm
I
not
think that's
saying
what's
like
gonna
it
kill
shouldn't be on
Hollywood.
anything either. I don't have a
Yeah,
problem with that
no.
either. But it's so just like because what it's meant to be, it's basically trolling. It's meant to be like, you're gonna take this. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what it's about.
I mean, and also
But
they could
trolling
have. All
makes
right.
money.
They're
Trolling
trying
makes
to
money.
ram it down my throat. Pun
So, for
intended.
instance, right? That's crazy.
But
So in
trolling
in that
makes money though.
episode,
So look at it like this with the trolling for Stranger Things having his character come out as gay now because the actor's gay.
Yeah.
Made
What
the
was you gonna say,
whole
John?
fucking world talk about it. They already were talking about Stranger Things, but they
I
talked
know it's
about it
smart.
on an exponentially higher level.
It's
And all
market.
those
Like I get it because
people doing some
no,
money. It's marketing.
like any, like even bad, like whether it's good or bad, any attention is good for shit. Like that's
Yeah,
just what they
that's
do.
why you got
And you
rage
notice
bait.
bad shit.
Rage bait.
Unfortunately, we live in a world where the negative shit even gets more attention. Like we talk about this on like social media and shit. But what were
mhm.
you
Got
gonna
rage
say,
bait and
John,
big money right now.
So
about
what I was gonna say
that
is that
episode?
it wasn't even really him coming out that was bad. It was the scene, okay? Because the whole episode it was spoken about, right? And at this point, they're trying to come up with a plan to be able to, achieve their goal.
Right.
And out of nowhere, randomly, he just wants to go and just tell
It's
everyone that
so
he's
out of the
gay.
blue.
But before that, you know what I mean? Like for the whole 40 minutes before that, we're learning that he likes boys and he's talking to a female character who's already came out as being gay. And she's trying to tell him, this is what it's like. And, just come out and just say, you know what I mean? Like we
Right.
already knew before this season that he had a thing
Mhm.
for another character who
Yeah.
likes a female
Yeah.
character. And like he just never felt like he was ever going to get the time of day to be able to tell him
And they
that.
made it so weird between him
Yeah.
and Mike too,
And that's
dude.
what they did is that they made it weird. They made
They
it.
made him be in love with like one
Yeah.
of his best friends who's
Right.
not gay. Like
He's not gay. He's clearly for the whole show. He's in love with the female, other female lead
yeah,
character.
like the
You know what I'm
lead
saying?
female.
Like
Yeah.
we know this already. So, but like that's what I'm saying.
I
Like
still
they
love that
made it.
show though.
Oh
That's a
yeah,
great
same here.
show though.
I love it. I just think that one scene is fucking stupid.
But they
Kind of
always
like
do
how
it,
when we have
man.
like Game of Thrones, where you see the Starbucks cup in the background. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Where Game of Thrones kind of got a little lazy near the end. I feel like
Yeah.
Stranger Things got lazy, and they're like, "Well, we need more wow effect." You know what I mean? We've already been talking about Vecna for like, 3 seasons.
And they went
Like, what can we
very
do? He's gay.
CGI heavy too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they did. But it
Also,
was good.
like
But it was
one of
good.
the
No, it was
most
good, man. That
one of
shit
the
was
most
badass.
Googled things this past year, besides 6-7, was Rage Bait. They did Rage Bait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6-7, bro. That shit
made
is so
money.
fucking stupid.
It made
You
so
guys,
much more money. All of those.
I heard that's attached to like
about the character.
satanic shit. Did you hear that?
mhm,
Yeah.
yeah, the rapper
I'm
who
hip to that,
actually
Yeah.
brought the 6'7", 6'7",
Yeah.
he actually openly speaks about how his religion, he's demonic, pretty much, and like this guy did a whole interview, and like the guy's like,
Yeah.
listen, like they were outside during the day, like we can't be out during the day. He's like, why? He goes, I'm safer at night. My God is telling me I'm safer out at night. And then you like learn like the two gods that he's referring about. He's like 6'7". He's like weighing out, and
Yeah.
like they're known as number 6 and number 7.
I read a whole thing on it. Yeah, like it's a satanic thing.
I
It's
think
fucking
I
weird.
think 2026 we're gonna have so much rage bait where we're gonna get everybody
But does
going.
it boil over? Does anything boil over eventually?
Yes.
Do people
Yeah.
meet in the
Oh, yeah.
street?
2026 is the
This is
year it
the
boils over.
this is
In
the
my-
year of the Crusades. I think I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
This is the year of
this
the
year's
Great
shit is
Crusades.
gonna
People
pop.
get tired of the bullshit that's always going on. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm
we
gonna
have so
make a
much
clip.
bullshit
Hey, I'll
happening.
make a clip right here, guys, just so everyone knows. Islamophobia is a made-up fucking word. It's bullshit. It's called common sense. Okay, that's what it's called. It's not
Why is
fucking.
there no Why is there no Christian phobia?
I know. Hey, that's a good question.
You
Why
know what I'm
isn't
saying?
there
Like, why is it that
Christianophobia?
everyone hates everything that Christians do, and you know what I mean? Like they're
They
so
had the
pro
government, the
sin.
fucking agencies. Do you see that shit? The
No,
government
what do you mean?
agencies under Biden, they were investigating the Catholic Church and Christians because they were calling them domestic terrorists. Like how they arrest people for silently praying out across the street of an abortion clinic. Like I thought this country was free, dude. Like look at what they're doing to people in Europe, bro. If we're not careful, that's what worries me about the Democrats getting back in 2028. They're arresting people for social media posts in fucking Europe. Europe is living under a fucking unelected tyranny, and they'd love to have it here too. If we were living under the Democrats' rule, it would probably already be in. We already got
Oh yeah, facts, bro.
Mandami,
Listen, that is
who's a socialist, and the
technically
lady in Seattle. You see that Seattle lady, the mayor just got.
guys, that's the
Sorry,
smaller picture.
sorry.
That's the smaller picture. That's not even the Democrats' rule. That's the New World Orders.
The New World thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Because remember we
Okay.
were talking about the
That's
UN,
why it's
the
in
United
Europe.
Nations.
That's why it's in here. That's why it's in
Australia, you're right.
40%.
It's all
Yeah.
the same playbook. Aaron's right about that shit. It's all,
But
So
remember, like
we
it was
blame
months ago.
we look at Democrats, Republicans
Yeah.
as just big fucking ideology shit. It's way bigger than that. We're looking small minded, and that's how they
it's
keep us-
basically regular people versus the elites, the so-called
so the elite
elites.
is running shit, and they don't want regular people to have no say, no mind.
They keep us all, but you know what? How can we ever have a purple alliance? Because I've said this, you know, and I know people on the right are guilty of plenty of shit too. But anytime I say to anybody on the left about we should all come together because they like, oh yeah, you had your chance for that. To like, it's not gonna
Listen,
happen. Like
humans will come
they're too
together.
brainwashed.
we will come together when it's us versus AI. When
Yeah,
AI is about to take over, humans will come together.
Terminator when it's Skynet. Like,
Because I watched this documentary with the Godfather AI, Jeffrey Hinton. He's a Nobel Peace Prize winner. He does neural sentencing. He was trying to figure out how the brain worked and figured out that we're algorithms. So he created the algorithm. And
yeah, this is the original guy, right?
yeah,
I read a little bit on this guy before.
he was explaining he's got his money in 3 different banks. He said it's going to make authoritarian governments more oppressive.
Today, Junior.
Yeah, I sound like you now.
And I was gonna say, at least
Authoritarian
it's
governments-
contagious, brother.
for real. I don't know what that.
No, bro, I swear to God, this happens to all my close friends. Yeah, it's contagious.
So he said it's going to make hackers better, this and that. So once like it's us versus technology, humans are already mad that robots and AI are taking over jobs. We're already unified about that. Wait till that's worldwide. That's
So you mean
not
we're
going to
finally
be
gonna-
worldwide until we take over these third world countries and implement our technologies there. So China, Russia, United States are going to start taking over a bunch of these little third world countries until literally we own the monopoly board and it's the final 3 and our allies
Risk.
let live.
I've always said the world's like a game of Risk. It's like a game of Risk. And right now, all these little countries are like Pokemon cards. You gotta collect them all.
Like that's why Trump's already saying fucking Cuba, Panama, we just got Venezuela.
Bro, to be fair, you know, like literally everybody except for the people who supposedly run the country in Cuba, everybody would be thrilled with that, right? You know that, right?
Facts.
Like,
Facts. So that's what we're gonna do. And the countries that we take over are gonna be third world countries that we're gonna implement our livelihood into, and they're gonna think it's fucking great. So the people are gonna love it. They're gonna want us to stay, and that's how we grow. So we
so we're
just
going to
pick
become
out third world
imperialists.
countries
We're
that
going to
we
become imperialists again.
yeah. And it's gonna be China, Russia, and United States all doing the same thing. Because China
I
and Russia was
know.
already in Venezuela,
The
already
BRICS
in Cuba,
nations, yeah.
already in Panama.
Brick. I
Yeah,
Yeah.
swear, like when you were like
yeah.
naming off the countries that are upset, most of them
Yeah,
are
Brazil,
already working.
Russia,
Yeah.
India, Iran, China, Russia, they're all
But
going
you
to be
know
mad.
what worries me though
Mhm.
is that there's not enough places like us anymore. Like Europe used to be much more like us, and to see them being manhandled the way they are is at least they're standing up now. But is it too late? I don't know.
Europe
Well, the reason
lost
why
its foothold once we grew. Once the United States grew over the last
I don't know about
250
that.
The
years,
Prime
they
Minister
were like, oh
Starmer is
shit,
a
you
piece of
lost your power.
garbage.
You know what it is? It's not even that. It's
Kiers.
the idea of racism, which pretty much started out in America, right? Spread so far, so vast. And
Yeah,
now even the England or the UK government can even speak against the invasion of, like Islam into
right,
their country. They can't speak against it because the first thing that people say is that that's racist.
But
right.
you
That's
know what's
racism.
wild though?
If you
Like
say anything, Islamophobia, racism. Say anything about the Somalians, oh, that's racism. It's
I said,
xenophobia.
calling
It's,
out fraud and corruption and crime isn't racist. It's not going to stop me. For so many years now, they have. That's how Democrats have stopped us from saying the truth by calling us names, racist,
Listen,
and like even
2026,
people
Trump
thinking
goes into Somalia.
that's also
like
how they
This
push their agenda,
Minnesota,
though.
this
like
fraud from
I guess
Minnesota
New Age.
going
Like
to
I
take
guess
us over to Somalia. Us finding out this fraud under Tim Walz, guaranteed Trump in 2026 goes to Somalia. We're going to do the same fucking play we did with Maduro.
shit.
I don't know if we'll go to Somalia because Somalia doesn't. They don't have anything over there. He even said he's like, yo, they
Yeah.
have no government. They
The
govern
only
themselves
thing
and
they
police
have
themselves.
is
It's a
the
wild
only,
place
the
over
only
there.
two jobs is being a pirate or a
Yeah, but
slaver.
what
They
is their
literally
national
have
insurance?
modern day slavery in Somalia.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what you said about like a lot of people think I guess like modern day racism was invented in the United States, but I mean racism was invented probably before white people even were on this planet because white people are a mutation and
Listen, no,
all
no,
throughout
no.
history, all throughout history, countries have been racist. Like you realize in all black countries, they're literally racist by your skin color. Like they break them into like
Listen,
racism has
no.
always existed.
Somalia does have stuff. Ask the good old AI. Somalia is rich in natural resources, many of which are underdeveloped or underexploited due to decades of conflict and
But you
limited
know what that
development.
is? You know what that is, though. You know
Listen,
the
oil and natural gas, significant offshore and onshore oil and gas reserve, especially promising basins, Hobyo Basin and Ogaden Basin,
Okay,
still
all right,
largely untapped.
sold. All
Considered
right,
one of
you
the
sold me. Let's go get
yeah.
it.
But you
then the
know the IQ
minerals.
level of the
Oh,
average IQ level of Somalians, right? It's like
yes.
Yeah, we
48,
just
which
gonna
is basically
implement
mentally
It's
our
just mental
retarded.
retardation.
but
Yes,
Yeah, it's
fam,
mental
mental
fam, we're
retardation.
gonna implement our schooling system.
retardation. And
We're
that's
gonna
racist to
implement
say too,
our ways
apparently.
and our culture into Somalia. We're gonna force them to conform. That's what America's
Yeah.
about to do.
They're gonna
Well,
have to
here's
go
the
crazy
thing,
boots on the
man.
ground. We already
But
know what
here's the
happens when
thing, man.
America is over Somalia. We already had the Mogadishu or that issue with the Black Hawk Down. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So like if
Yeah,
we go there, it's gonna have to be a full blown war because
yeah.
they
yeah,
They
are a
don't.
war culture. They don't
right.
they're like barbaric in a way, you know what I'm saying?
I think
Yeah.
we'll
So like
probably that's probably when we'll just bomb their whole shit
Hey,
before we.
you guys want to know another fun fact about Somalians? Do you know that Somalians do not consider themselves to be black people? Do you know
yeah,
this?
no.
They
Yeah.
consider themselves to be Arabic, and they call black Americans racial slurs.
Yeah,
Did you know
exactly. Yeah.
that?
So, and that's the thing too, is like, so I don't know if we would go over to Somalia because I feel like Somalia would already side with like Iran or, you know what I mean, one of the Muslim countries because they are Muslim, you know what I'm saying? So there
Yeah,
is
Muslim.
Somaliland, which is north of Somali, and we are actually recognizing
Yeah,
Somaliland as a democratic state now.
right. Yeah,
So,
it's split in
yeah, so
half.
Israel now is also
Like
looking at
people
them
probably
as a
even know
democratic,
that
yeah.
Ilhan Omar's family were part of the
Di-
ruling class in
they were
Somalia, and they
dictators.
were literally not only were they dictators, they were slavers.
Chase.
They
Well,
were
They were
listen,
fucking
chased out.
slavers.
The
I'm
reason why
reading
she's here is
further
because they were
into what
chased out.
Somalia has to
Yes, that's what
offer.
she and she was bald when she first came here. You ever see that
Yeah.
picture?
Hey,
That's a
hey,
gem. I
guys,
like that.
listen. I'm reading more into what Somalia has to offer if we were to decide. The
Okay.
minerals: uranium, iron, tin, copper, gypsum, bauxite, salt,
What are we
quartz.
gonna do with the people though?
Then we're gonna bring fucking our people that we have too many
Yeah.
of.
But that's what I'm saying though. But the
Yeah.
thing is this
You
is
know
that
how
we're
many
talking
people
about
that
how there's
have
gonna be a world
money,
war.
right, will go to a brand new country like fucking tourists, bro.
Yeah.
We're gonna have people that have money here. The rich are tired of Miami, LA, New York. Guess what? Too many broke people came there. I want to
It's
go
like what
somewhere else.
England. Do you remember England used to just take over the world and just turn it into like into England?
Yes.
Like they would
So
have beautiful
what the
little
elites
cities.
are gonna go over, knock
Yeah.
down Venezuela, knock down Somalia, and go build up, make money there, and then hey, I'm gonna implement my fucking religions here, my technology, my culture. I'm gonna make the people transform. If you don't transform and follow the new laws, you're going to fucking jail. Bye bye.
Yeah.
What?
I see that being
It's the
what
start
they
of
call
World War
that?
III.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
will
but
because like I said, like if there's other countries that already support Somalia and stuff like that, and then you go in and then you try to take Somalia.
Well, let's see
When I say
Somalia's
support,
allies.
yeah, I
Somalia
mean like because think about this already is that like you're
why do you
naming
think
all
they
those
all want to come
resources.
here, Aaron?
You think that America doesn't?
Why wouldn't they want us to transform their countries? Why do they all want to come here to
Bro,
America?
that's
To
what
turn
I'm
our
saying.
country,
That's what
they
I'm
want to turn
saying.
Yeah.
our
If they
country
go
into
to their
theirs.
countries and transform their home like ours, they don't have to come here.
Okay, so real quick, all right.
Yes.
So this is
We need to
wait, but wait,
stop trying to keep we need to stop trying to keep third worlds down because that is what, to be fair, the
Yeah, so
United
we're just
States
gonna go
and
redevelop
Europe
and gentrify them. It's new land,
help them develop so they can stop being a problem.
and we're gonna own their land because we
But there's
developed it.
still a lot of bad people though who will try to throw wrenches in them. You know what I mean?
Right, but that's when we can tweak our laws a little bit and our justice system. We can be stricter in these other countries, and Americans won't care because guess what? It's not in America.
Like, do you notice you never hear about Haiti anymore? Haiti's just a big dumpster fire right now.
So Somalia's strongest ally is Turkey.
which
Then
is
Qatar,
which
and
is
then
Which
Middle
is
it
Eastern
part of
says
states.
NATO.
ally,
Yeah.
United Kingdom, the European
And
Union.
also
So
And
Somalia also just became what's called they also just elected like someone for defense, like a representative defense in the UN from Somalia. They elected them too. So it's like the
yeah,
UN is protecting them too. So I
right.
really
Yeah, that's
don't
what I'm saying.
see America to be able to do something like that because of the fact that they're positioned for some reason. I
Could
don't
we
and but the
guise
only reason
it
why
under a way? Could we disguise it under a way as
no
helping the country
because
and the
because
UN
United
Islam is
Nations.
running shit. That's the thing. Islam is taking over United Nations. Remember, we spoke about it months ago that
Yeah,
And they don't
United
care
Nations
about the
is 48
people.
percent. Yeah, they're 48% Islamic. You know what I'm saying? Like they also just allowed an ex this is called Al Qaeda member to become the
The
president of
president of
Syria.
Syria and Trump
You know
had
what
him
I'm
in the
saying?
White House, dude.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Spraying
but
his
here's the thing.
well,
spraying his fucking
maybe
perfume on
it's
him to
not
do
the
one thing.
United States that is really going to be taking over. Maybe it'll be the UN. Maybe the UN and NATO and WHO are really the new world order.
United Nations is a fucking rogue regime, dude. We should fucking cut loose from them,
Yeah.
dude. They're
Yeah, I mean,
fucking trash.
America is putting most of the money into the United Nations in the
Yeah.
first place, which
Trump
is very
Trump is the only
strange.
president to get
That
them
could be
actually
the
pay more.
disguise.
Yeah.
If you're part of this fucking Illuminati shit, right? Let's talk conspiracy. If you're part of this
Mm.
Illuminati New World Order shit, you gotta hide yourself. But
Hmm.
all of these secret societies were all in plain sight, like Freemasons, all of them.
Not
So
totally though.
not totally, but
Skull and Bones, what all of our
Skull
presidents
and Bones
mostly
wasn't
have been
for
members of
all
Skull and
And
Bones.
that
presidents.
wasn't that a fraternity. That was
I
a
mean,
fraternity,
yeah,
wasn't
but what I'm saying is like, so yeah, all these world leaders, we've seen it before. Skull and Bones, Freemasons, bunch of people.
Yeah.
Just the whole design of Washington, D.C.
They
He's not
say we
right.
don't even elect. We were talking about this earlier, John. They say we don't even elect our presidents. We just think we do. They're
Yeah,
already
electoral
chosen.
college. Why do we have
Like like
electoral
like
college?
why are there pictures of Barack Hussein Obama sitting on George Bush Sr.'s lap when he was a child? Because
I
that's real
mean,
legit shit.
I can see that too. I mean, think about this already. We had a black president, Obama, who had a racist vice president. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if
And he
Obama
didn't do
was
a
a
damn
black
thing.
man,
He didn't even do a damn thing for black and brown
dude,
people.
I argue with people all. I had a huge argument last night about this with somebody, with a couple of people, and it was kind of funny.
I
But
love your comment section on Facebook. Shit.
I just be
If
going
you
crazy.
want to see liberals say dumb shit, go to see John's Facebook again.
Yeah, but yeah. So like that's why I'm like, when it comes down to the government stuff, it's tough, and that's the reason why like I feel like with Democrats especially because of the fact that they're so liberal and they're so off the chart, like
Mm-hmm.
with just progression,
Right.
that that is heavily like
I call them
influenced
ultra
by a shadow
progressive.
government.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When we have someone like for instance Donald Trump, and like you can even see the difference on how they move. You know what I'm saying? And how when they are making their decisions, it really does better Americans in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even the Venezuela thing. Like let's say if it wasn't to help free the people, liberate the people. Let's say if we were doing it for oil, right?
Yeah.
There's a
Oh,
bunch of
gas
oil.
prices are
That
going to
means
cut in
we
half.
I gotta
gas
tell you
prices
one
cut in
thing.
half.
I really do
We
believe,
make
there's
mad
not a
money
doubt
on
in
that
my
shit.
mind, that
Like
Donald
honestly,
Trump
guys,
loves
today is
America.
Sunday. The market's open tomorrow. Stock market's open tomorrow. Fucking buy some stocks in the top oil companies.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And like this
Yeah.
again is a way
Free
to
put
help out
some stocks in
Americans.
today.
You know what I mean?
If
You're
you can
helping out
invest in any
Americans.
gold and silver, do it. Especially silver, because silver is going, bro. It went this year from like $24 to like $70, and it's
Yeah.
not done. It's gonna
But
go
I'm
sky
saying
Mhm.
high.
right now, the oil because of Venezuela, that
Yeah,
stock,
no, I
those
know.
stocks of all oil
Yeah.
companies are gonna go through the roof tomorrow.
So like
I
look at the
already got a few
difference
pre-orders in.
in the moves that we made compared to the moves that were made for Obama. Obama was pretty much doing a bunch of social shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of things for people that don't do
LBGTQ.
anything for America to progress America
Right,
in a way where we can financially be stable and
right.
actually grow as
Right.
a country. It was mainly, like you said, LGBTQ, helping out
Mm-hmm.
Native Americans, whatever their agendas were. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know how
And
much
when you
wealth
think of the
they've
unity,
stolen? Mm.
oh yeah, but when you think of unity, right? Because like not even just with the communism, and that's what pretty much what communism talks about, like a collectivism, but
Right.
Right.
also even within religion, right? We are told that like the Antichrist and all those other things will preach unity, unifying people and love
Mm-hmm.
and world peace and all this other stuff. Which world peace is good, yes, you want that, but it's for alternative motives. You feel me?
Right,
It's not for what we think it would be for.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like the stand.
Exactly.
Have you
So
seen the new? Have you seen the new one? The mini series.
no, I have not.
This, if anybody gets a chance to, because it's obviously that's the Antichrist who comes in. Like, yeah, dude, it's a lot of what you're talking about is in that shit.
Yeah,
It's good.
yeah, and
It's
it's
good.
like at the end of the day, when it comes down to certain things, Trump getting voted twice was a huge wrench in the plans.
Big time.
That threw everything off. The first time,
They
people were like,
didn't
"Wait,
think
what do
he
we
could
do?"
win. They said he couldn't win the
Yeah,
first time, and
See,
then they said he could never do it
used to
again.
think that. I used to think that
mhm.
until I started thinking more about this one world government that they're aiming for. And I
He's
used to
definitely
think
got some
that
people in his ear who he's making bad decisions.
until AI was growing as well. So I
But
think
look at
the
the.
moves that we're making with the world and how the AI arms race is, I
Mhm.
think that they're really like we've been talking Illuminati, New World Order, One World Government for like fucking 50 years now. I
Yeah,
think that we're really at the point of like starting the transition.
A
And
lot of
I
so
people
this
are
but this
just
is my
starting to
thing
wake
though.
up to it, though. A
right,
lot of
but
people
I'm
are
also
just starting to wake up to it.
right,
But
but I'm also starting to think that even though the normal folk just woke up to it, Styles, the elites they've implemented it into
Yeah,
our cars,
I
lane
know.
assist, all this other shit.
I've been
Fucking,
screaming
they're
this shit
getting
for
us
mad
comfortable.
long.
Cell
mhm.
phone, smart, so social media, everything. now that it's implemented so worldwide, I think we're about to transition. And I think now, at first, I was thinking Trump's a monkey wrench in the system. He's the person that's going to drain the swamp. He's
You think
anti-establishment.
he's a shill? Is that what you're gonna say to me? He's a shill. He's in there
No, I think that they put the right person in place
to
to
convince us.
to talk to the people like the people
Okay.
and get
I
everybody
mean,
on.
I definitely think Trump
I think
loves
Trump.
America. I don't question that at all.
Oh
Like,
If
yeah,
Trump
but if
was,
Trump
if
gets a deal, Trump's a
yeah.
deal maker. They're like, hey, listen, you could be the most powerful man in the world, right? We just need you to fucking run a few plays for us.
so you think the New World Order is like, hey, listen, if you want to stay like president of the United States until you die, you get on board with us, and we're gonna do this one world government type shit. Is that what you're saying to
Kinda,
me?
kinda.
But see,
Oh.
but what we see right now in the world is the one world government that is taking over all of the world pretty much right now. At least all of Europe right now, slowly
Yeah.
taking
Yeah.
over is Islam. Like Islam is supposed to be a religion, but it's used as a government system.
Right. So
They're
this
even
You feel
doing it
is
me?
in
But
this
Australia,
is
but
bro.
not
Trump,
only
that's
They're
what I'm
just
saying.
even
a
But
doing it,
Trump,
political
I
war.
think
This is a
John. They're
religious.
even doing it in Australia too.
Yeah.
facts, but I think that if Trump was chosen to be here, it wasn't to because he's like a puppet. It's because of the fact that what it is this, ready?
A
You have
Christian
this man who's
revival.
hated. No, you have a man who's hated by everyone in the biggest country in the world. And what
Right.
does that do? That's going to force people to go hard to the left, right? Because no one's going to want like another Trump. Do you think that people? Okay, me,
The
I would
pendulum swing
definitely.
that I talk
I'm
about.
Exactly. So I don't
Yeah.
think that he is part of the New World Order. I feel like all right. So again, in the Bible, it tells you with the Antichrist is that he will be elected by the people, not because of the fact that it was fair, but because of the
Mhm.
fact that there would be no other choice.
Right.
When people see Trump, they hate him. They see JD Vance, they hate him. They see Rubio, they hate him. So what's going to happen? Whoever goes against the Republicans, people are just going to vote anyways because they feel that they have no choice.
So
They
that's how
don't
they're
want to
gonna
go.
slip in something terrible,
And then we're going to continue with the Islamification.
like
You know what I mean?
Gavin
Because
Newsom.
Gavin Newsom, which I've seen people
I'm pretty
calling
sure
him
he
an
is the
antichrist before
devil.
he even,
Actually,
yeah, people have been calling him. I never knew who he
the
was
devil
until
lives in
recently.
California.
So I see your plan with talking about how Trump is part of the New World, but I
Yeah.
don't think that he is the New World Order. I feel like
Right.
he's there
Well,
to
I think he's the
force
start of the
people.
transition, the start of it.
Exactly.
Get
He's
us
there.
ready, like you're
He's the
saying.
catalyst. He's the
Yeah.
It's like
catalyst.
how
He's the
it's
thing to
like how it's
start it.
already come
Yeah.
out that like he's not the whole Epstein thing is not him trying to hide him being involved with it. It's that the CIA came to him and said, "Hey, listen, you need to get on board with us on trying to shut this down because this
I think
person
the
and that
Epstein
person."
thing is blackmail on like this new
Oh
world.
yeah, they're definitely doing that
It's
in Europe.
blackmail on this one world government.
Why do you think when Trump went to Europe, they fucking treated him like a king? You saw all that shit, right?
Yeah.
Because he's
It
like,
you got to think Epstein. He's a Steen. That's Jewish.
yeah, I
You
know.
know what
I
I mean?
think them
Still,
So
boys, them
it's
boys.
them boys. So it's a religious war. It's going to be Christianity, Judaism, Islam. Those three are fighting for the top spot to run the world.
I'm seeing a
And
Christian revival too, and I'm here for it. So
yeah, but there's a revival
yeah.
in all three of them right
hallelujah,
now. There's a
hallelujah,
revival in all
hallelujah.
three of them right now. Right now, people
I
are
Exactly.
know,
That's what I'm saying.
extremely religious. Like
I
this
know.
is
I
a
hate
Hmm.
to
religious
say it,
point
but
in history.
John already said it. He said it might be crusade time.
I think
Yeah,
this is gonna be the age of the
2026
I
gonna
Crusades.
pop off.
and I have come here not to bring peace, but to bring a sword.
I'm telling you right now, he's gonna be pulling up in his what is his name? Baldwin? Was that the king back in like back in those days? He's gonna come up in
Yeah,
his little mask and stuff like that, and he's gonna
yeah.
start putting
The
some
all
pressure on
white
shit. You
shit
know?
with the white cloak. He
Oh
puts up his
yeah.
hand. You know, he puts up
I'm
his
not gonna
hand
lie,
over.
bro. Like when I learned about that, because I had to do some research into the Crusades, because I was like, well, why do people think that Christians and Catholics are so like violent and all this stuff?
You
It's
saw
only this.
why it was necessary, right? It was after
Bro,
like
it's
hundreds of
so
years of
necessary.
Of an Islamic crusade, basically,
Yeah, they were just pushing and they were just causing wars. And but that's where you kind of find
and they're
out that
doing it right
Islam is
now.
not just a religion; it's literally
It's a
a government. It's literally a government.
it's when religion and politics meld. That's
No,
basically the best way to
Why do
describe
exactly.
it.
you think
Like,
You know what I
all
mean?
of this bullshit started with the Israel talk in 2025?
Yeah,
yeah, like
Ta-da!
so. I
mm,
know.
yeah.
I know. And Netanyahu was just at the White House again. Every time he's at the White House, fucked up shit starts happening. You notice that,
I
right?
just want to put on for the record too, right? All right. I
Yeah.
don't know too much about the IDF, Netanyahu like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know all the histories and stuff like that. Right. I think that
Mm.
it should be safe that people could sit there, especially Christians, could sit there and say that Israel deserves to exist, not because
Yeah.
of Netanyahu or the IDF. It
Right.
has nothing to do with the government. I mean, in the Bible, it specifically tells you that Jesus comes back to Israel. He sits
Mm-hmm.
at the throne in Israel. It's not that he sits at the throne of Palestine, which never existed. You know what I'm saying? It's Israel. So the state of Israel deserves to be there. Now, can I
Mm-hmm.
say that the IDF might be bad? Of course it could be bad. Every
Yeah.
every government has their ups and downs. You know what I'm
But
saying?
most of the people are not bad. That's what the thing is. Like, you know
That's
what I
what I'm
mean? Like,
saying. You know what I mean? Like I
but you know
hear
what I
about
heard
how
recently
like
that I
they
didn't know?
Christians.
I heard that Israel is like one of the hot spots in the world for LGBTQ plus culture. Is that true? Like I recently heard this, which kinda goes away. You see all this. This is a touchy subject too, but you see all this AI that's translating Hitler's. Sorry, I'm probably supposed to say Schmittler or something. Um, his speeches, and like he's saying in the speeches basically about all of like art, like movies and books and stuff, like was starting to get inundated with LGBTQ propaganda. Like
Mm-hmm.
has anybody heard this?
Yeah. Doing that
No.
with all the AI. Look at they did it with Mr. Rogers. They had
Mm.
Tupac doing stuff.
No. This just transcribed, and people have checked it. Like it just made his speeches into English so you could hear what he was saying. Like
Right.
yeah,
Mm. I mean,
and he was basically
they probably onto
saying
something.
that there was a big LGBTQ plus agenda that was being pushed by Jewish people. I'm not saying that this is written in stone. I'm saying this is something I've read quite a bit recently because it keeps popping up places.
Possible. You seen some of them pictures from Epstein Island?
That like it was like anti-Christian stuff, like and like they were sort of on like a crusade too, but still like
Come on, we
I
seen
don't know.
Clinton
There's
in
so
the
much of that, man, and it's a very touchy subject. I don't want to get people upset, but like they say that like a lot of the numbers don't quite make sense too, and everybody does that in every war. They inflate numbers and stuff like. But I don't
Look at
know.
Gaza. They're like, oh, 55 million
And they're
children
taking
died.
the
Like,
numbers from Hamas. Are you fucked?
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
A terrorist
Uh,
regime. Yes, they're definitely telling the truth, but you know what I mean?
it's like I said, yeah. I mean, the one world government thing, I definitely see that what it is pushing, and it's not even just because like we're calling like Islam like as if it's like this huge thing. Like honestly, I'm sorry, but it's literally just anti-Christ movement. It has nothing. It's not like there's like like me doing like a lot of research in it. Everything about it is wild because yeah, the Quran, which is the big book, right? It tells you that that the other religions like Judaism and Christianity
Mhm.
is correct. The books are correct, right? And to verify the Quran, you look back at scriptures, right? But then
Mhm.
at the same time, it contradicts that. It pretty much
I
showed
know.
that the Quran is null and void. It's called the Islamic dilemma. Okay. And then when you look at like Islam just in general, right? The Prophet Muhammad, he beat women, he liked little girls, he got fucked by the Al Zoot and had his boy watch. You know what I'm saying? This man, he used to
Go Diddy.
digest semen.
Go
Abdullah.
Diddy.
Did he? Yeah,
Yeah, he
he
used
was
to.
the ancient world's Diddy.
You feel
And he
me? He
couldn't
used
read
to
and write. It
drink
was that dude who
semen.
wrote it.
Yeah, he can write. It was that guy that wrote it and told the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much things that is so and not even just that. He also claims that he was possessed, that he was beaten by angels or demons and stuff like that. Like that. Like you know what I mean? Like that. Like these are that's the
But it
religion. You know
also
what I'm saying?
but it doesn't also say in there that like Christians and Jews are basically animals, like pigs and cows and
It
shit.
says that Christians and Jews
It
are
says that you
animals to
can
kill
lie to
them.
anybody that you
Yep.
need to bring a
Takia.
Muslim. Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
why it's so dangerous. Yeah, and like all this shit about
It's all about deceit. It's all deceit, which when we
anybody who's
know,
non-Muslim, you can do whatever you want to them.
yeah, you can charge them.
God
You
doesn't
charge them the
care.
tax. You
You can
charge them
charge
the
the
extra
tax.
tax
You
because
can
of the
kill
fact
them.
that
You can
they're
do
not
whatever you
them.
want.
You can kill them. They say that Allah, which is supposed to be God, is the king, is like pretty much like the ultimate deceiver, the ultimate everything. Which in all religions, we don't look at God as being a deceiver. He's supposed to be a creator. He's a lover. You know what I'm saying? It's literally the whole Islam. I don't even want to like even just be like, oh, it's Islam. Like, no, it's just anti-God,
Right.
the anti-God movement. And I feel like that is the government, the system, the governing
Mhm.
system that is trying to be pushed across the whole world. You
Yes.
know what I mean? And that's when you say like there's like a religious battle, it's not even like really a religious battle. It's like literally just a, who's for God and who's not type of battle. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because it's like almost like to me, I'm
But
sorry, Islam is
but it
just not
boils down
real.
to a religious war because you have different facets of religions that believe their own belief that you
Facts.
have to conform
I
over.
know. And we're supposed to
And
all in this country.
so
We literally
it
made this
boils down to
country
that. So
Yeah.
it's
so
either
everybody
Christ
could
or
practice.
Antichrist. And I feel like it's going to be between Islam, Jewish religion, and Christianity. That's the main three at the end of everybody taking over their third world country, playing Monopoly and Risk, and getting down to boil down to Russia, China, United States. And it's like, all right,
Like
now
like
who's for what?
like it's crazy. Like I don't know, man. Like it's not all Muslim people are bad. There's plenty of peaceful Muslims, but it's just like certain different cultures don't mix. Like I don't know what else to say.
Right. Well,
Like
Yeah.
actually, you
like
probably want to be
I
just
feel
so
like
straight.
you should be able to you
So,
should be able to practice your religion in this country, but you can't say I'm gonna force everyone else to practice my like
You
that's where
can't
the
be an
problem is.
extremist. You can't be an
right,
extremist. You know what I
right,
mean?
Right.
You practice it, you do what you're supposed to do, but to be an extremist is different. You
Because
can have your
Christians aren't
ideas,
telling
but it's different.
everybody that they've got to be Christians or we're going to kill you or
right,
tax you. That's
right,
not happening.
right.
No. You know what I mean?
That's my problem. Yeah.
And that's the part that's kind of scary. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, then you have like the fraud that's happening, all the money going to these extremist
Mm-hmm.
terrorist groups, you know what I mean? Which just happen to be Muslim again.
American
You know what I mean? It's
taxpayer
just,
money was going to fucking terrorist groups. That's wild.
bro, daycare, bro. Daycares.
I think
I
that's
know.
what
I've been
happened
thinking about open. Yeah.
with Somalia sanctions. UN,
I've been
Somalia
thinking
started
about
sanctions.
opening up a stealing center too.
I just opened up two in Minnesota. I dropped my album. I dropped my Midnight Blues EP,
Aaron's
you want to
Leering
know,
Center.
you want to know
and I
another one
opened
funny?
up two daycares.
I love that
So
shit.
you guys see
I got
Zoran,
Dundala that's running it. He's my
he
manager.
Mamdani, he's sworn in, right? He got sworn in, and Bernie
Yeah.
Sanders was there, and he was talking about how childcare should be for free. Which I was even trying to make a point to people that okay, so childcare should be for free, which is fine. Okay, cool. But that
Yeah.
means that the funding comes from taxpayers. Okay,
Mhm.
anything that's for free has to get paid somehow, and it's usually through
Right.
government funding, which is then replaced by taxpayers' money, right? Which is exactly what the fuck is going on over in Minnesota, where the taxpayers are paying for these daycares that aren't even really watching kids. So it's like almost like right there
Mm.
we have the government telling you, yeah, we should have some. We're gonna have free health, not free healthcare. Well, yeah, they want free healthcare too. Free healthcare, free daycare, childcare and stuff like that. Like Americans should be able to go to work and everything else. All right, that's fine. I get it. But who's gonna fund that? And then is that money really gonna go to these daycares, or is it gonna go with the whole Zoran Mandani
It's
shit?
got to be a really
Yeah.
good vetting process. Like they
You
just in
th-
Minnesota, they just giving it
yeah,
silent checks and
dude.
not vetting
Bro,
it out.
New
So
York is like New York City's the home of
of
immigration
scammers,
Like
and,
we've gotten
and
too
scammers
used
too.
in this country to we've gotten too used to fucking fraud just being all right and just fucking happening. And by the way, why is Bernie Sanders such a fucking self-hating Jew communist piece of shit?
Because he's a cuck.
hey, speaking of the Minnesota shit, did you see the video Nick Shirley posted of him walking down Canal Street in New York and all the immigrants that was hustling all the counterfeits They
And
was
they
like,
started
and they were
I
and
used
trying
to
they
to
live
get
in
started
New York
talking
City.
shit to him, and then they got arrested. That we talking
yeah.
about.
I
Like
used
Yeah.
to
6
live
of
in New
them
York
got
City. Canal
deported.
Street is
Yeah, and the dude
wild.
was telling him, "Get
Yeah,
off my block." A fucking illegal immigrant's telling
yeah.
an American,
Yeah,
"Get off my block."
Then
it's
he
actually
went
kind of
back.
wild.
They
It's always
sent
been
his
wild.
mom there. They were giving his mom a hard time because she was recording. He went back with that lawyer dude. And then they were like, as soon as they seen him with the cameras, they're like picking up everything with their sheets, walking around, fucking gone. And he was like, hey, the day after Ice game, it was all clean, nothing fucking. I mean, like, yeah, we got it
And like
in.
none of those people want like have jobs. Like they don't want to work. Like they just want to suck up. Like that's the part. Like people who are, don't get me wrong. Plenty of hardworking immigrants have helped make this country what it is. And I'm
Yeah,
not against immigration. I'm against illegal immigration. You know what
right.
I mean? And like this should be a vetting process. Even Aaron agrees. Like he's had all kinds of ideas of how we could vet people. You know what I mean?
Like,
Like
I've literally said that we should make the fucking borders kind of like a jail booking process. Like, you come in, well,
and like for
here's a
whatever you need the
line right
most.
up. Fucking, we're gonna take pictures of your tattoos. We're gonna run you through Interpol. I
Yeah.
want fingerprints. I want dental records. Fucking next. Okay, and then guess what? You got 90 days to fucking get a
What
job.
are
I'm
your
gonna put you
skills?
through
What are your
Well, I
skills
programs
and
mean,
shit?
for
that's
English
what
for
we
the
did.
job work program, and then I put you into a job that's ready to hire you in 90 days.
I mean,
Bang,
we
good.
used to do that though back in the '80s. I mean, if you guys
Yeah, like
Yeah.
remember
a legal
Scarface, the
force program.
movie, in the beginning of Scarface, when
Yeah.
Scarface got brought over to the camps here
Yes.
in the United States, they were asking what his tattoos, what's his name, what type of
Yeah.
affiliations he do with. I mean, we used to do that,
Hey,
but
where'd
I'm
you
pretty
get that?
sure with the
Hey,
Democrats,
where'd you get that scar from? Eating pussy.
Yeah. So it's like
exactly.
if we did that and lined up everybody like fucking workers and put them to work in 90 days, yeah, like okay, we pay 90 days to train them a skill in some English and then get them working somewhere in a factory.
We should
We
probably be running the
produce
country.
more here in America,
Facts.
and then on top of that, they're tax-paying citizens instead of us paying to get rid of them. We're literally paying money to fucking get rid of them and not make a dollar back. I'm looking
Like
at
people who are good people who have skills and stuff like that. Absolutely. You know what I mean?
keep
Like
them.
that's why I
Yeah.
said that.
It's like, hey, guess what? You red flag on Interpol. Sorry, turn that way. Back
But
around.
all
Like,
the fucking dudes
work
that
with
look like,
people.
but all the dudes who look like a fucking school desk when we were in elementary school, fucking
Mhm.
out of here,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
but like,
I
say
work with
these dudes
people
come
that
in,
are
right, and
immigrants.
we're at the border, and I'm the fucking border patrol agent, and I do all this scanning. Oh, hey, you got a red flag in Interpol. You got a warrant in fucking Somalia. Sorry, we got somebody that's gonna fly you to the Somalian jail. You know what I mean? This puts more like peace in the world too, because now you're international criminals that are trying to sneak into our fucking country. We're catching them at the border and then bringing them to who the fuck needs to put them in jail.
Like I just don't know what the whole Biden administration like was. I mean, I know what the thing at the end of it. They thought that they were gonna change, not only have voters who would vote for them forever, but they, because of the census was counting them, that it would literally redistrict. Like, but like I can't believe that shit happened. Still, I can't believe like over 20 million people just fucking rolled up in this motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
remember said, "Surge the border." You know that famous clip of
See,
Biden?
I think there was a part of it that was a good idea. Like the only part that was a good idea is we needed more people.
Yeah, because no
Now,
one's
how
having
we
kids
bring the
anymore
people in is the problem. Biden
because of Democrats.
Well, listen, no, not just because
One
fucking
second, one
everybody
second.
says Democrats, Republicans. I'm so fucking tired of that. That shit makes no fucking sense. They're the same fucking governments. The United States government. They are
Yes,
two arms of the same body. So they
I
are
do
both
that.
at
Get
fault.
that. They don't totally agree with each other, but behind the scenes, there's a lot of
Yeah,
shit that they're
they're like the
definitely.
lawyers that are at court with the judge, fighting with the judge and the fucking DA, but they go out to lunch together and they asking, "Hey, how's the kids? How's the
Yeah,
wife?" They're best
that
friends.
is true.
They put a
That is
fight
true.
on for the court. Fuck out of here. Fucking these shits is. I feel like
No, but I'm saying, but what I was talking about is
we
about
need
having
people.
children. Liberals do literally say like women should care about their careers and don't have kids and shit. Like that is a part of of their
Yeah,
culture. Like,
that's a problem. But the reason why people are saying don't have kids
I
is
think
'cause it's
Republicans
expensive.
should give. I think Republicans should give more, like reasons for people to have kids. Like you get
Right.
like certain
It's got to
tax
be
breaks
cheaper to
and
have kids. Right now,
yeah,
this
because
next generation is like, listen, it's too expensive to have a kid, and they're being smart. If you can't
and
afford a fucking kid, you don't
make
want
this
the kid.
country less dangerous for
Right,
kids
because
too.
listen,
Like
if this whole generation was having a bunch of kids with this economy that they can't afford, those kids are going into the system and the taxpayers are paying for it. Taxes are going to raise. So they're actually
yeah.
being smart. What we need is more people in this fucking country that are already born and implemented into our system. But we need to get the right people in. So we need to screen them at the fucking door like it's a
Mm.
21 plus club. Hey, guess what? Sorry, you didn't meet the dress code. You got a red flag in Interpol. Bye bye. You're no good. You're clean. Good. No problems. You don't got no crimes. You're not a criminal. You're just here for the American dream. Come right in. 90 days, you got a job.
I like
Bro,
that, and that reminds me of, I love all that, and that reminds me of something else you said too. That we all need to come together, regardless of a letter, and start voting the right people in the right places.
yeah.
I was thinking about that too.
Like
Like,
some people, they look at the ballots and they literally just put an R all the way down or a D all the way
and
down.
some of these people,
They don't
yeah,
know
you
the
don't
names.
even agree with. Yeah.
Don't even know the names. And it's like, yo, come on. And especially local governments is where it really starts because these local and state governments are the people who put the electoral votes in. And those are the ones that really matter. It's not the popular vote.
Oh shoot, you know what we didn't even talk about at all with the whole Venezuela shit is how it's a company down there that makes all of these voting machines. You ever hear that? And that there's like back doors into it and shit. Yeah, I gotta do more research on it. But that was another problem that we had with Venezuela. I forgot about that fucking shit.
Yeah, so that was Trump saying, hell yeah, I want to take over Venezuela. Fuck them. They fucked with my voting machines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I look at it like,
I don't know what happened to freaking. I'm checking
this
it
is this
anyway.
is a big game. This is a fight for the world government. This is because these businesses are global. All of these businesses are global. They're
So
not
do you
just
think one world government can be a good thing, or what do you?
no, not at all. Like we
Yeah.
are in the last of like freedoms, but that's reality. Like, listen, if I'm Coca Cola, right? I'm selling 1 billion bottles of soda a day across the globe. I want customers in every fucking country. If you're telling me it's not safe in this country, well, guess what? I'm not making too much money in this country. But if you go take it over and fucking implement American cultures there, I can have Coca Cola in every convenience store in this country. I can sell two
Yeah.
billion Cokes a day.
But you know what's crazy though?
More money.
You
That's what these
said
companies are pushing for, but they're not going to care about the people that are on the ground level.
you
It's
Well,
said
a
it
that's what
wasn't
they say is wrong
about you
with
said it wasn't
capitalism.
about you said it wasn't about the left or the right. But I feel like if Kamala Harris had gotten in, that we probably would have already been sold away to the New World Order. Because they're
bro, we
down with that shit.
already are sold away to the New World Order. Remember when George Bush
Not full.
died and said
It's
it?
not full yet. It's
Bro,
not
it
fully
was
done yet.
full back then. It was full back then. The UN, the WHO, NATO, they are the one world order. We are the ones picking these fucking leaders that lead the world.
Mm.
They do it in front of our
Um,
face. They do these G20 meetings, G8 meetings. They all take photos. It's a fucking photo shoot.
and then they don't let us audit shit. Like you see how the Healy administration, sorry, it just popped in my
Yeah,
head. They're still fighting that audit.
yeah.
But we the people are supposed to be doing something about. We're supposed to be forcing them.
Right, but you're never going to get that many people on board because people
Because
have
people
their
are stupid.
day-to-day
Cuz we're
lives.
too busy fighting about if women can have a dick or not.
Not only
That's literally
that,
what
but
it
we're
is. That's what it
really,
is.
honestly, too busy following the program, going to work, living life, paying bills, responsibilities
I
But see,
know.
that
that's why I
they
disagree though,
forced
because
us
we
to
have
have.
a bunch of retards out there that are freaking protesting for every little thing that happens. So the same people that
Right,
are out there protesting could also be the same voices that actually understand what their duties is as an American citizen
right, but
to
they're
actually
so
Yeah.
and as
blinded by
persons.
the wrong things
Exactly.
to,
Ask
to
not
fight
what your
for and
country can
unite
do for
for.
you. Ask what you can
What
do for
you
your
could do for
country.
your country.
Right, but
Maybe
those
we
people,
really are gonna go to the moon this time. Do you think we were gonna go this time though?
I say we send all the liberals up there.
Ah, that's a good. I
Send all
had
the
an idea
liberals
too. As
and
much as I have
Maduros.
issues with the illegal immigrants, I was thinking if we could make a deal that we could just deport all of the liberal white women, we could keep the illegal immigrants. I feel like that will.
I
that
mean, like
would
I
You
said,
lead to
we
a
gotta
lot
get,
less Karen incidents
gotta
in the
get,
country.
you feel
yes.
me? We send them to the moon. We give them a communist dictator to watch over them, and we let them just live their life like they want to.
And
Bye,
eventually, when we
Karen.
get to Mars, we can ship them to Mars so they can be further away from us.
Right, bye, Karen.
Then nobody's gonna be
Oh my
complaining that the
goodness.
kids are fucking playing outside too loud. You know, like,
I just think that like humans will finally come together when it's us versus AI. Like
I
definitely,
know when you said that,
you
I
look
kind
into
of agree with
Jeffrey.
that because I've been thinking for a long time. Remember how 9/11 brought us all together in this country? I've been
Yeah,
thinking for a long time. What is it? The only other thing I could think of is what we were talking about previously. Is like if there ends up being like pretty much a crusade going down to stop
yeah.
Islam from because
Like look
Islam would
into
love to
Jeffrey
take over. They say they wouldn't. They're like, oh, this is not as bad as it is, over in Europe, which it's not as bad yet. But if you don't think that a lot of them would love to take over, you're sadly mistaken because they really
like
would.
like like I've been saying, guys, look into Jeffrey Hinton. Like the things that he was saying, he said that there's a low guesstimate. He said a low guess is 10 to 20% chance that AI will take over humanity. Then he said
I don't
that
like that.
he said you want to know how it feels not to be the apex intelligence. He goes, ask a chicken.
Like, how do you
So
feel
that's
about
great.
AI, John?
Mhm.
How do you feel about AI, like in general? Like,
I mean, we
I,
all seen
I,
iRobot.
I
We all
think
seen
like it's,
iRobot.
I think it's a double-edged sword, and I think it could go left. I definitely think it could go left, but it
Well,
could it
yeah.
could change the world for good. I don't know,
Well,
man.
listen, like I said,
I don't
guys,
know what type
look at the
of good it could really
documentary with
do.
Jeffrey Hinton. He breaks it down so great. He said that right now, he explained it a few different ways.
It just takes
Two
what we
other
already
metaphors
made,
he
and
uses, he said that AI is right now a really cute tiger cub.
it's an imposter. I
We
know.
got to make sure that AI doesn't want to bite us. He said, it's not that will it take over. He goes, we got to program it to where it doesn't want to, where we implement it with us.
Please don't murder us, Mr.
So
AI.
basically, I was explaining to Fifth on the pop up podcast last Sunday with
Tune in, by the way, everyone.
absolutely with Jeffrey Hinton. He was explaining that. So he broke it down that when he figured out the neural links in the brain that create algorithms and patterns, he said that we're like an analog system, that we had to create a digital system that was faster and had more power, but was easier to make. And he figured that out when he worked at Google as one of the executives. Then he resigned from Google and retired to talk freely about AI. He, like
Yeah,
I said earlier, he's got his money in 3 different banks.
because
He said
Google is
that
fucking evil.
technology knows all. Like the football at the White House with the nuke codes, AI knows them. You know what I mean, because it's AI implemented.
Do you know
So
some people think whatever Google tells them like is the word of God, and they just like screenshot it and send it to you?
right, it's just a summary.
And
That's
Google now like is like curated to like you know what I mean? Like it's not the
right,
way it used to
right.
be. Used to give you all the
But
best shit.
right, but with AI, they're implementing it everywhere. And Jeffrey Hinton said that the best thing to do now is physical labor. He said,
Yeah,
"No, it's a great career to have." He goes, plumber. He goes, and
trades are
that's,
blowing up right now.
and he said the reason why is because the robots that we've created aren't physically
Capable,
movable
yeah,
as humans yet. But
yeah.
once robots get to the point where it can move fluidly like humans, we're fucked.
I said this too, it's been all over the news recently that enrollment of kids in like trade schools and shit has been fucking blowing up, which is smart, and that's what it is. Because anybody, and some people get mad at me when I say this, but anybody who sits at a computer to do their job, this shit is coming for you. Like in the next 5 years, like
Oh yeah, he said that in the interview, and he was
no
saying
doubt.
that like even
But
if
eventually someday
was,
robots are gonna do it all, and we're just gonna be able to do whatever we want.
well, he even said anything that
Is that
has
good? I
a
don't know.
routine to your job. He said any job that has a routine to it can be done by AI and robotics.
Yeah, if it's just like repetition,
Yeah,
repetition.
he goes, that's it. You know what I mean? He said that the criminal justice system, schooling, the medical field, he goes, it's all going to transform completely night and day in the next 10 years.
Okay, I'm what you just said. That so AI, they want AI to like govern us eventually. They want AI to be like judge and like what do you
Well,
think about
he
that?
warned against that, but he said that the reason why he stepped down from Google is because Google signed a contract with the U.S. Military to work on artificial intelligence for the military.
Because they want to
That
be able to say we didn't kill all those people. The AI killed them.
right. I mean, AI made the decision. It wasn't us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he said, once we start as people, and we're already doing it, we're already leaning on AI. He said that we're gonna use it like for government. We're gonna use it for shit like that. And that's when it's gonna be a problem. That's when we give up our powers to AI. But he says that's going to happen because every country is deregulating AI to become the leader in AI. Because the more these companies making money and less red flags and tape to cut through, they can lead the pack. And now the country that owns it leads it. Like Trump, he deregulated AI.
Yeah.
China, President Xi, he deregulated AI. Russia's
Which means that nobody can question it.
right. So it doesn't put any guardrails on it. And that's why Jeffrey Hinton said that he's worried. He goes, thankfully, I'm 77 years old and won't see that much of it.
Well, lucky him.
All
What
right.
about
I was like,
us?
yeah, thanks, asshole.
Yeah, what about
But
us, bro?
one thing I brought up to Fifth was he had said that eventually the digital will get put into a new analog body. And that immediately took my brain to Elon with Neuralink.
Like
And they already,
eventually our brains are just gonna be like in a robot and we're just gonna
yeah,
go,
bro, we're going to be implemented with the AI and robotics. That way it doesn't get rid of us. It's not going to kill itself. So it's going to view us as it. And that's the only way humans will eventually go. And like Jeffrey Hinton was breaking that
But do you
down.
think eventually humans will go extinct though?
Nah, because at that point, the AI is only going to keep getting better and better and
Like
learning.
you saw all the stuff that they were saying about like
Dude, we're going to have
they
like, we're
already
the
have
last of,
pods. They
yeah,
already
we're
have
going to have the
pods.
last of humans. We're going to have a hive mentality. People are going to be reading each other's thoughts like fucking animals. I mean,
They said they have like pods already that they've made that like that you can grow a baby in.
yeah, bro. So like,
So what? Eventually they're gonna try to tell us we can't bang anymore. I'm
nah,
sure that's coming.
they'll just make it where we're immortal.
You ever see Demolition Man back in the day?
Yeah,
Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes.
classic.
Yeah.
Like,
And you know how people don't have sex anymore in the
yeah,
future.
I don't see it getting like that, bro. I had a wild dream after the
It
Jeffrey Hinton
goddamn better
documentary.
now.
That night, I had a wild dream. Right, I was
So it's Jeffrey Hinton.
Jeffrey Hinton, and it's Jeffrey with a G. He's a Nobel Peace Prize winner. He won the Nobel Peace Prize for something he figured out 40 years ago. Okay, but 40 years ago, they didn't know what he figured out.
No, exactly. I feel you.
Dude, that's crazy.
I mean,
Hey,
so and
Hey,
they
you
broke down
you
his
know who
family
Peter
tree.
Thiel? Can I ask you
Bro,
something quick? Because what?
hey, hold on. They broke down his family tree. His dad did something in like fucking aviation that helped figure out gravity with the planes or something. Then his great grandfather created something with algebra. And I'm like, yo, he's from a family of geniuses. Like, yeah,
Bro, it's like you know that Trump has a lot of geniuses in his family, right? Like his
yeah.
uncle John Trump was literally went and got all of Tesla's like fucking shit after he passed away. Like, and some of it disappeared and was never seen again.
All right.
But
But
what I have to ask you is, do you know who Peter Thiel is? He's an AI guy too, and he's like obsessed with the Antichrist. He's always on podcasts and shit, and like somehow he's a big AI guy, but he thinks that AI is gonna like usher in the new Antichrist. I don't
AI
know.
is basically kind of the Antichrist, bro, because we're
They
not.
said that they want AI to be a new god is what they said.
Bro, eventually that's the war. That's the
Technocracy,
That's the
technocracy.
that's the climax of the war, the apex of it. It's going to be this religious war where these religions go down,
What's the hell's that
and
other
it's going
movie
to be
called?
basically like, do you believe in God and humanity, or are you going to be robots?
Or are
And
you
the
down with?
robots are going to be stronger and faster and smarter than us.
But we're gonna be like John Connor. Okay, we're gonna
Yeah,
fight them.
but bro, the wild dream that I
Yeah.
had, right, that I was going to get into. So that night after the Jeffrey Hinton doc, I fucking dreamt that. Just imagine at 18 years old, right? As soon as you're a legal adult,
Yeah.
you go and get these surgeries, right? With like your whole 18th year, but you're in the hospital for 18. 19, though. Guess what? You come out, you got like these fucking titanium bionic arms that are like fucking, they move like it's a human arm. Your
Yeah.
legs, you got all these like fucking, you got your new artificial organs that like can last forever, and all you got to do is now implement a fucking memory card in your brain like a Neuralink.
That's kind of interesting because you get to like live like a regular
Human,
childhood and shit and all that.
yeah,
And
you'll
then
have
like
your memories
and
and
then like past that age, really once you start getting past like, 18, 19, 20, it's like all downhill. You're getting
yeah, that's
older,
all
you
work. Now you're working your body every day. Your fucking responsibilities. That's the repetitive shit. So now you get your
that's
fucking bionic shit where
it,
it's like, okay,
is
I'm an
that
adult
what this
now. Boom, 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 boom,
is
done.
that what one of these documentaries talked about, or is this you talking about this?
Well, Jeffrey Hinton had hinted that we're gonna need a new analog body. That the brain
Like
and the
basically
body
that's
is
what puberty, like that's gonna be like final
yes.
puberty basically.
So
Like you
so
become
after he had said that the brain right now is analog, AI is digital, but eventually to coincide together, we're going to need a new analog body. So we're gonna need to put AI into something as a body. And then that took my brain to the Neuralink that's already being worked on by Elon. And then when I went to bed that night, I had the dream that, okay, we implement the Neuralink, but we already have all these fucking titanium prosthetics that never break. I mean, they just go get an update and fucking, but you can't like break your arm with a titanium arm. I
so then
mean,
we live forever. Or can you choose at some point if you want to opt out?
right. Yeah. If you want to opt out, fucking have somebody shut your system off.
I mean, wouldn't that really would change religion now, wouldn't it? If you
Yeah.
live forever.
But
You know what I
look at
mean?
in the Bible. How old was fucking everybody? There was like hundreds of years old, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone
So
yeah.
hey, it might be we're about to live Bible times.
Like it's possible, yeah, because you know how we always wonder like how they built a lot of the crazy shit they built back then? Maybe it was because they were different somehow, like they lived long.
Right. They
I don't
lived
know.
their human age and then evolved into this AI. They say that we repeat our cycle over and over and over
I
again.
could go like way deep into
Look at the
all that shit,
fucking
like
lost city
fucking
of Atlantis that they
ancient
say was
Egypt.
fucking a big, huge shit.
Yeah.
Pyramids in Egypt that we can't figure out how they did it. Stonehenge.
They say
All
Atlantis like had like technology that was crazy, like it ended up destroying them, basically. Yeah.
yeah, but I think that's what's gonna keep happening, and we got the technology with the same resources we figured out. So humans are smart enough to figure this out to create the technology, but then it's gonna repeat its process.
Because I play video games, so I think AI is great for video games.
Yeah,
Fifth is in the
it's great
comments.
for a lot of
Fifth
things.
is in the comments here, being a homosexual like he
Oh,
normally
he's
is.
being
But
a William.
maybe but maybe he could like use his energy to do something fucking productive. You know what I mean? Like be on the fucking show or something. Eat a
You know what I'm
dick,
saying?
Fifth. But anyways,
It's being a
where
naughty
were we?
homo.
Son of a bitch. But hey, you know what? He's going into different people's accounts in his family and writing bad things about me. But you know what?
No.
Maybe that'll attract some people. He said I'm the short bus special.
Yo, just because you stutter does not mean you're on the show bus. Relax.
Yes, thank you,
You're
sir.
good.
Thank you. There's other reasons why I'm on the short bus.
Hey, listen, I was on the short bus, so leave me alone. I
Mm.
was on the short bus. Leave me
I would
alone.
not have minded
They
riding the
even
short
put
bus
me
to
in the
school.
minivan.
Did you used to
Listen,
lick the
they even put
windows?
me in the minivan. My favorite flavored window was vanilla. It was the second window in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I was in there for behavior issues. I would act up before like class was over because I was done already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, y'all are slow.
But it was probably because you were bored with it, though. Honestly,
I was.
Look,
So-
he just put one of those YouTube. You know how YouTube has its own emojis, that weird
Yeah.
shit. Naughty, naughty. You still have that thing? The naughty,
Yeah.
naughty. Yeah, that shit's fucking weird.
Like, I think though with the AI, bro, like definitely you gotta watch that documentary. That shit opened my eyes and
So the dude's
hungry
name is
he
what?
was
Jeffrey
Jeffrey-
Hinton. Is it Hinton the way it sounds?
Yeah,
Hinton.
Hinton, but his name's Jeffrey Geoffrey Hinton. And
Okay.
bro, like he's super nervous about this. But he said that the only way that we survive is if we somehow implement the digital AI into another analog body. But it's like, will that body be our human body or will it be something mixed with prosthetics?
It's like evolution, some type of evolution, man. Like, but what
Yeah.
does
Like I
that
said-
mean for religion? But what does that mean for religion if we evolve that way?
Well, that
people
would be
live forever.
completely against religion.
But did you hear what he was saying, John? When your thing was up, what he was saying about how the Bible says that people live like for hundreds of years and shit. Like, what's up with that? Like,
Yeah, but the Bible also says that you stay as the creation that you are. You know what I mean? So like once you alter you as a human being and your body and everything else, like, and I'm not even talking about like prosthetics wise. Right? You know what I mean? Like, okay, like so let's say if you lose your leg and you need a prosthetic leg. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
not really altering your stuff. That's you getting screws in your knees and stuff like that. That's not altering. But once you
I'm a
start
Christian,
to become,
but I got a bunch of tattoos. They even don't like tattoos, but oh
Yeah.
well.
I mean,
I got a
in the
cross.
Bible,
on
do
my
they even
forehead.
really say anything like? I don't really remember them saying anything.
I know
about
where does
tattoos, 'cause tattoos
where does
wasn't
that
really
come
a
from
thing.
though?
It,
But
it
where does
comes
that
from,
come
it
from?
comes from the
That's just people can
translation
be
of the
conservative.
word. It's the translation of the word. Some people interpret it or any altering of the body of the creation, any piercings, tattoos, you alter
Yeah.
the way it looks.
Like really
Look,
strict certain
shit,
like Christian
man.
denominations, they don't like that shit.
Yeah, really strict people like that. But I mean, if you become a transhuman wise, as in like, now you're part robot, for instance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You lose the essence of who you are as a human being, you know what I'm saying? And that would be technically, I think, against the Bible.
But do we
Yeah.
At
get
least
to the
that's
point that we view being trans robot, transhuman, I guess, as tattoos and piercings?
Yeah,
I mean,
like
I think that some people will
maybe
look at it. Some people will look at it as like getting breast done implants and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So people will look
so
at it as a cosmetic thing, but at the same
right.
time, like even still with the implant thing, you know what I mean? That's like, transgenders chopping their dicks off. You know what I'm saying? Like it would
Right.
I
still be
mean, look what
against.
they tried to do. You see these weird Christian denomination churches that like fly like the rainbow flag and they have like trans like priests and shit. Like what the fuck
Yeah,
is that
yeah,
shit?
Yeah,
that
but that brings a point though. Like, look where we are in the aspect of religion right now. There's already factions of the religion that are like, okay, trans is cool. There's factions of the religion that's like, hey, breast implants is cool.
Well,
We
even
keep giving
Catholicism accepts all those people We just might not agree with their lifestyle, but we accept them in the church though. You don't need
So,
to have
but
your
this
own
is the thing
church.
though,
Like,
is that even the church. All right. So one thing you have to also understand is that the church is man-made. God
Right,
didn't make the church. He didn't do any of
right,
those
yeah,
things. So a church coming up with their own rules saying, we allow trans people. That's a man decision. You know what I mean? What you're supposed to do is that you're supposed to go and reflect with the scripture. If the scripture
mhm,
says that it's okay, then okay. If the since
right.
the
But
scripture
my
says,
question is, do
but did
people
man write the scripture?
in my question is, when it
mm,
comes to that point in time, do we interpret the scripture different because of where our
no,
brains are in life? I think
that's the
some
thing.
people
You
will.
But you can't do that because if that's the case, then that means that we might as well just follow Islam because Islam also just kind of fits the scripture to fit whatever they want to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So like we can't go and say, hey, like the scripture says that men should not dress in women clothes and women shouldn't dress
Right,
in men's clothes, but then be like, oh well, trans is okay because you know what, you're God's people. No, it specifically says that a man should be a man and a woman should be a woman. You know what I mean?
right.
Like that's what the scripture says. Like
Right, but what
again,
I'm
God
saying
also
is, like
says,
Styles had pointed out, there's already churches that are saying we're accepting of you, even though you're breaking scripture.
yeah, but there's
yeah.
also churches that also speak against churches like that.
True,
You know what I
true.
mean?
But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, do we get to a point where there's less churches speaking out because it
We're
becomes
gonna
more commonplace? Like
we're gonna get there.
Amazon this year is by the spring,
Well, they're
Amazon's
trying to
supposed to
do it
be
already
rolling
because
out
Yeah. We're gonna get there,
robot trucks.
they're
but that's
trying to
the
Where
fill more
antichrist.
seats. That's the big
Yeah,
reason
that's the
why. In some way,
antichrist. Like that's his point is just to misconstrue the scripture so people
right,
don't actually follow the real words of God. You know what I mean? So like pretty much like um that's his thing. So if God has certain rules, what he's going to do is alter the rules a little bit and be like, oh well, you know what? This is how it actually is supposed to be. Now a bunch of people are going to follow that. But does that mean that less people go to the kingdom of God and more people are going to go and fall
right.
underneath
But I
sin and
think
stuff like
we're
that?
closer to the end of the Bible than we think we are.
Oh no, we definitely are. But this is where it
oh
happens though,
yeah,
because in the
Yeah,
end
this
of the
is
book,
where
he
the
talks
big
about false
fight
prophets
is.
and
This is
people
where the
start
big
to
fight is,
yeah.
but we do have to remember the Bible ended.
Yeah.
like
So
I always say
and
too. Like this is a big battle between good and evil, and sometimes it's hard to tell who's who too. Like, you know what I
so
mean? Like,
this is the
Yeah,
big thing about the evil is that evil is the influence, the whisper that's in your ear. You know what I mean? The
yeah.
thing that is working on your mind. That's why they say that the devil speaks through women because women go more off of their feelings and emotions than they do off of
Mhm,
logic. You know what I'm saying? So once your
you
emotions
mean
get
like what
stirred up,
happened in Eden
mhm.
exactly what happened to you. And
when
that's why the serpent went straight to
when
Eve
Eve
instead of going
said,
to Adam.
"Listen, God, I know you've given me everything there is in the world, but is it really enough?" You know what I mean? It's like
Exactly.
this,
It's never enough. And then like a dumbass man, we're like, well, we want pussy, so let me go and follow her.
and we're
You know what I
still
mean?
living. We're
We still
still
live like
doing the
that.
same shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh
So
yeah.
but at the same time, it's just like we're gonna see churches do that. We're gonna see churches allow that. And when people see that, then we start to think to ourselves, oh, then it must be okay. You know what I mean? But that's
Bro,
still the
didn't the Pope?
perversion.
I heard that the Pope put a Muslim prayer room
Yeah.
in a corner of the Vatican.
Which at the
Like,
same time, like it's okay because we're Christianity, we accept other religions. You know what I mean? We don't force people to convert. You know what I mean? The only thing we could do is hope that
yeah.
you do convert one day.
I think Christianity will be the umbrella religion for all these religions once we implement into robotics. And then Christianity is going to be accepting of the transhuman shit because Christianity accepts all.
But
And
so
And
we're
then
then
that
going
means
to,
that you're talking
turn
about a
into
perverse version of Christianity then.
right, we're going to
yeah.
get to a point where, hey, we still believe in God. We believe that this is God's way.
And now
We're
we're
not,
playing God. That's
right.
basically what it
Even
is.
though we're playing God, we're going to
Which
say
is
that,
completely against the see, and that's the thing
I
though. That's where you have to
know.
use
It
discernment
worries
though.
me. It
And that's what
does
the
right,
Bible
worry
tells you,
me.
use discernment because during times like this, you have to use discernment. Use like your inner faith and judgment
yeah.
to actually decide if something is good or not. You know what I'm saying?
But
And
I think
then
a lot of people, like, we all know the devil in the Bible, you know what I mean, always has the easier route, always has, you know, the complacency factor where like people will just lean that way because it's easier.
because it's easier.
Yeah. It looks like it's
We're
easier
building
and
all
like
these
you're getting
robots
all
and
this cool
AI
stuff, but
for
it's
convenience.
bad. It's rotten
Doesn't
and
that
it
sound a
Right.
turns on you.
lot like the left?
Yeah. But what I'm
Yeah,
saying
did you
is,
ever notice that everything that God condemns is what the left supports? Did anybody ever notice that?
but
I'm just saying.
Just saying, just
I look
saying.
at it like this. I think that we're gonna implement this shit, and Christianity is gonna say it's okay that God allowed this, and that it's going to be more of an umbrella religion for every other religion that because it's accepting,
I
and
think
we're
because of AI
that's the
that
only
they're
way
gonna
to
try to
survive.
that they're
But
gonna try to bastardize Christianity
it,
somehow and
well,
say
there's
like,
listen, there's always gonna be good and bad, good and evil. So we're always going to live in sin no
because
matter
we're
how
not
we
supposed to
live.
be able, we're not
So
supposed to be able to decide. I'd like to live forever. Like
true,
that's
but
sort
we
of the
live
point.
in
Like,
sin every day with certain things.
I
So
know, and we're all
we're gonna
hypocrites
look at
in
it
one
just
way or another
as
too.
another one of those things that we live in sin for, and as long as we're still a good person, it's acceptable.
It's like
And
how
when
I
we
can do
feel
whatever
like
bad
we're
shit
gonna
I
get to
want, and
that
then I
point,
can say three Hail Marys, and then I'm
right?
better.
But I feel like we're gonna get to that point, except for like people who are really about the scripture and understand it deeply and say, "No, I'm not doing that."
But I
But
think strict Christians will fight against it. But
yes, but I
yeah,
think they're gonna lose the fight because more
it's
people
just
are
like so how
going
so many
basically
Jewish
in the
people
easy road.
aren't strict Jewish people anymore. Like, do you see how that's not working
Yeah,
out very good for them?
right. Look at
They're
even the
turning.
Amish communities. They've all gotten smaller. Some of them are like the Mennonites now. They got technology.
Yeah.
You can
No,
have certain things, yeah.
right.
But
So
you
it's
notice they have less autism and less mental retardation in Amish
yeah,
communities. That's interesting.
right. But I
But I
feel
mean,
like
we
there's going to be things like that that allows this to transpire and take us to a different level. Look at Jeff Bezos said this year by the spring he's going to be implementing the Rivian trucks in New York, Arizona, LA, and Atlanta that have robot delivery men in the back. So the driver doesn't have to get
Uh,
out. The robot gets out of the truck, delivers the package, hops back in the truck, and plugs itself back in.
I mean, that's cool for the driver and so you know what I mean, like.
Right, but look, that's the human
But the
thing.
guy
Going with
who's usually his partner, he just lost his
sucks.
job.
Right, but
can
but
I
now
can I
that
oh
goes to
god.
human convenience where it's like, hey,
Yeah, what was you gonna say,
Can I put
man?
up a
going
scenario? Let me put up a scenario. Ready?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So we're kids, right? Let's just say we're kids, and our
mhm,
parents say, "Hey, we don't want you going outside past 5 o'clock," right? So
mhm.
every day you already know before it gets to 5 o'clock, you have to get home, right? But then
Yep.
you
Yep.
go and you spend the night at your friend's house. But their parents don't care if you stay out past 5 o'clock. Now,
Hmm.
is it right that you stay out past 5 o'clock because this other parent said so? Or is it wrong because your parents said so?
It's
Uh,
still wrong because your
it's
parents
still
said so.
wrong.
You
So
knew.
Yeah.
just yeah, so just because the churches now say that, hey, we
That
can,
is a good point. That is a good
But
change
point.
how
our
many
body.
people are still gonna go out though? Is the question.
Exactly. But that's the thing though, is that you have to learn how to just be an individual and not
Yes.
follow a group. You know what I mean? Because then that's when your parent is going to say, if your friends jumped off a bridge, will you jump off a bridge? You feel
Right.
me?
I
So
But
know.
look
that's
at
yeah.
now, this generation. Hey, if I eat a Tide Pod, would you eat a Tide Pod? They
I
had
know,
millions.
dude.
But
You would
that's
Uh,
think
why
that we
this
wouldn't need to
generation is
have
lost. They lost God though. You know what I mean?
yeah.
All the
big
churches are
time.
sucking dick. I mean, all the people in churches now are sucking dick. Are you gonna go suck a dick so you can fit into the
No.
church? No.
But
No.
our
You feel me?
generations are dying out. So by the time
Exactly.
that it gets
I don't
to
want to do that.
that point of humanity,
Fifth
who
might.
we're passing the baton to in humanity,
Mhm.
they're going to accept it, in my opinion.
Do you
Our
know what I
generation,
worry
Which is true.
about?
Which is true.
next
I mean,
generation, they're going to be like, transhuman is great. We
I
need to be
worry.
more accepting. And there'll be transhumans flags.
I
They'll have
worry
like a
that
robot
some
arm.
I worry that someday in the not too near future that there's not going to be enough people left anymore that know better and that's why that type of shit is
Yes,
going to
that's
happen.
that's what I'm saying. We're getting to the point where like our generation and the older generations that are willing to fight and stand up to this are dying out. The new generations is saying, "Hey, guess what? I'm cool with this." So
Like
the
even
new
these
generation of humanity, where humanity is going in the future, past our lifetime, we're going to be half fucking robot. because that's the only way for us to coexist
Where'd
with the
Kenzie go?
robots. Because the AI is going to be like, yo, I'm too smart for you and I don't need you anymore. So either I exterminate you or we coexist by me being a part of you because I'm not going to kill myself.
Yeah, because it's gonna be like you either bend the knee or yeah. I mean,
Right. And then
obviously this is
humans are
all
going to go to that because this
speculative and
next
whatnot.
generation is all about equality and let's do this and do that and fucking acceptance.
I know
So
because it's crazy. This new young generation, they're a lot more conservative. But the weird thing is that they don't really like capitalism, even though they're conservative. They're all this, and it's because shit's too fucking expensive in this world, and people are like, I. But the way they want to go about it is not the right way.
right, it's too expensive, and then they're gonna tell us AI and robots are gonna make shit cheaper because people are gonna work less, and then we're gonna get that universal basic income and social credit score and all of this ridiculous retarded shit that's gonna fucking lead us to this. They are
But
leading
I
past
think you are right, Aaron, that like it doesn't matter whether we like it or not. Like it's
right,
coming. So
like they're leading
Yeah, it's
cattle
gonna
to
happen.
slaughter.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? But it's up to you as a
how
human
choose how
being.
you
Do
want to
you want
live.
yeah, how you want to live? Like me wise, I don't care if people are getting fucking platinum penises. Doesn't mean shit to me. You can walk around with that thing out all day long, shining all you want, put diamonds at the tip, bro. I don't care. I'm gonna still walk around as a
Platinum
human being,
penises.
even if mine stops working. Mine stops working. Then okay, I'm sorry, God wanted to stop working.
With diamond
You
on
feel,
the tip.
Oh
you feel
man,
me? You know what I mean? That's just how
that's a good
Yo, hey,
point.
hey,
you know what I
that's
mean?
a hook
It's
on a
fun.
chopped and screwed song. Platinum
Yeah,
penis with
yeah.
a diamond on the tip. Diamond on the tip.
That's
Diamond
a
on the tip.
platinum
Platinum
penis.
Yo,
I love you
penis
said
y'all
with
can
people are
use
getting
that.
the
diamond on the
platinum penis.
tip.
You can use
Platinum
it.
Diamond
pe-
I'll let
pl-
you use
platinum
it.
penis diamonds
So
on yeah.
you use it, bro. Use it. Fifth,
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
take
use
that. I
it.
said Aaron could use it. Fifth, do not take it, bro. I will hit you with copyright.
Shit.
I swear to God, we have this recorded. I said it first. Aaron, you can have it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is priceless.
But
But
no,
but
yeah,
yeah.
that's true. Like I,
Yeah.
I think there are people who will say like I still want to just live and die. Like I don't want to live forever.
Yeah, but
Like and
our
then
Yeah.
generation that will say that we're dying off, bro.
No,
And they're
it's
making
true. But then
sure
it's
ways
just
to
like,
kill us.
but it's also just like our generation also wants communism. You know what I mean? I don't want communism. I want capitalism. You know what I'm saying? Like you're always gonna have people that want certain
I
things and
think
they're
we're
gonna
gonna have a mixture of both. We're gonna have a wild mix of both.
that's gonna be a scary thing.
Right. We're
Promise
going to
you.
have
dude, the future is
capitalism
gonna
with
be
the
With a
elites.
crazy.
dictator.
Well, listen, we're going to have capitalism with the elites, and then the people who are low income, low middle income. Well, now that's fucking communism. Because, sorry, you're not going to be able to compete with the new workforce of robots. And that's
That's
why I've
true.
been predicting for like the last 2, 3 years. I think we're on an early wave where people are going to switch from Hollywood shit to social media content and content creators because we're tired of the checklist.
Yo, sorry, this
Yeah,
dog, like
yeah.
honestly, like looking at you like, oh,
Dog's
word,
listening
word.
intently though.
I
So
know.
the
That's
dog's
funny.
like, I'm paying
She was really
attention.
picking up what you were putting down.
She was like,
But
okay, yeah,
I
you
think
might be
that
right.
like look at the checklist that Hollywood has. We were talking Stranger Things earlier. Everybody's sick of the checklist. People are gonna go back to human interaction. Fucking Netflix just paid $1 billion for iHeartRadio to bring podcasts to Netflix.
I saw that.
So guess what? The
And now
content
they're doing like the WWE
creator,
stuff. They're doing football
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
they're doing a
listen,
bunch of shit.
the entertainment industry is going towards human entertainment because humans are tired of being stuck in the algorithm. So we're gonna go from like, hey, these Hollywood shit that's doing this weird shit to content creators. And
Dude,
content creators are gonna speak this real shit, and that's where we're gonna find real shit. But we're gonna go back to our daily lives of the algorithm. You know what I mean? The now we're the new entertainment. We're gonna be the new money source for people with social
yeah.
credit scores.
Digital creators, and
Yes.
we're ahead of the.
Every this new generation, that's why they all want to be social media influencers.
Dude, there was just
That
breaking
know they're
news.
not going to get a fucking job. They're going to like, hey, I'm going to make money online. And
There was
honestly, I think
just
it's going to be the way low income people make money. You're going to have to become a brand, have merch, do tours, all of that shit, and sell yourself like a product. Because what makes you different? Nothing's going to make you different because everybody's going to be in the same fucking boat, and
no,
nobody's
you're
going to
right.
dead end
You
jobs
need to
anymore.
do stuff to make
Dead end
yourself.
jobs are going to be robots and AI.
Dude, it says this breaking news says President Macron of France saying that Trump did a good job capturing Maduro, but also Trump just came out and said, "Don't worry, China, Russia, and Iran, I will sell you oil from Venezuela."
Yeah,
Yeah, this is
again,
big money
that's
right
what it
now. Like I
is. And that's
said,
what I'm saying.
buy
It's
Yeah,
big
stocks
money.
in oil. Buy
yeah,
stocks in oil tonight. Get that shit.
yeah.
The stock market. That shit opens at 9:30 in the
Yeah,
morning.
yeah, go to that fucking Robin, what's that shit? Robin Hood,
Robin
even
Hood,
though
there's a bunch of
do you
them.
remember the shit they did? What you remember when the stock for GameStop and it was another one too when they were blowing up, Robin Hood froze the app and shut
Yeah.
it down. Like that's
Mhm.
fucking dirty.
You
Like
can
so
even
like
buy stocks on Cash App. So if you got a
it's
Cash App,
good for the elites. It's good for the elites
buy
to
stock.
get rich off of shit like that, but not the common man. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
Yeah, but listen, the common man don't pay attention to the fucking stock market.
I know.
That's what they're stupid
I
at.
think you're right, Aaron. Like in a lot of ways, it's not as much about right and left anymore. It's a class war now, more than
Yeah, it's
anything.
been a class war, and they distract us with the left-right shit.
Mm.
Right now, all these elites are making big money, and we have the same fucking opportunities to do it. Like, all right, we all know that the oil barrels are going to drop fucking $2-3 a barrel tomorrow morning when the stock market
Bro,
opens. So
we
guess
might be
what? If
getting
we
down
buy
to
stock,
$2.
if we put $100 in Shell, and we know that the fucking stock goes through the roof tomorrow, that $100 probably going to turn into $500.
You know
And
what?
then,
Yeah,
and then
we
guess
should
what?
all try putting just a
If you
little bit
got
of
ten
money on there, see
thousand
what
and you put
happens.
10,000 in the fucking Shell tomorrow, guess what? That's 10,000 is probably gonna turn into fucking 15. So it's like the more money you get, the more these power plays you make, the richer you get.
Mm.
These people see what's going on in the world.
The
They
whole
can
money system is
predict
about to
what's gonna
change.
happen,
The whole
and
money
they
system's about to change in the near future too.
yeah,
That's
that's why
another
the
thing.
Jeffrey Hinton's got his money in 3 banks. He said the
I
banks are gonna
definitely gotta check
collapse.
this
We're
dude
gonna go
out.
to
You've been
cryptocurrency.
name dropping this dude a lot. I gotta check
Bro,
this dude
he
out.
said that what the banks are going to collapse in the next 15 years and we're going to go to cryptocurrency. And that's the only way we're going to be able to track our money through the blockchain because otherwise it'll get hacked.
Governments will hate that.
No shit. But governments, he
Yeah.
said, will have all their own coins. Governments aren't going to
Oh, so it'll be
allow
sort of
banks
like
to do shit. We'll have like the USA currency coin type shit.
they'll be battling with each other
So
pretty
wait till
much.
like
Yeah.
the dollar bill is just a coin. I
Like
mean, and
we
they
don't
don't
need
print money in.
CBDC though. Like I feel like we can use cryptocurrency in a certain way, but central bank digital currency is no bueno, man.
Right, it's not good, but that's when we're gonna use our own content creation shit to manipulate shit. But there's a will and a way. There's also
And
you gotta think like
I
a
definitely think
businessman
we could
and a
do that.
criminal at the same time. So if you're thinking like a criminal now, okay, how am I gonna get around the US tracking my money? Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna make NFTs popping again. They came out a couple years ago, they disappeared, but guess what? Now I can make a picture of me as an NFT, sell it for a bunch of fucking money.
Dude,
I don't know
And
what
now
NFTs
NFTs.
I
are.
can
I don't
flip
You
even know
it
what that
notice you
is.
never even hear about them anymore, right?
Yeah.
right, because they disappeared because
They were
crypto had its
nonsense.
wave. But look at Google Glasses came out with VR glasses 15 years ago. That
I
disappeared.
remember
Now
that
they
too.
everywhere. So we weren't ready for the crypto yet. We're gonna get ready once we switch the American currency over to that. You know what I mean? Eventually that's gonna happen. How many people use money like cash? You know what I mean? How
But don't
often do
No.
forget,
you
they're
use
just trying
cash?
to do a one world currency.
I
Right.
know,
That's
that's
what
When
another
that
thing.
happens,
Yeah.
But I think
when
the
that
one
happens, it's
world
over.
currency will be the umbrella for everybody. Every country is going to have its own coin, in my opinion, and then there'll be the one world global coin that can be
Yeah.
used everywhere.
I just feel that once everything is digital, then they could just turn it off whenever they want. You know what I mean? But
Bro, you can do that now.
I know. They really
They
can.
can
Dude,
ping your
look
app.
at when they demonetize people. Yeah.
Listen, if the feds want to go to your house right now, they can't. They say, okay, Paulie Styles, let me pull up his cell phone number, ping his address, knock at your door. You know what I mean? Why?
Yeah.
Because you registered your cell phone to them. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
You got your bank accounts registered to you so they can freeze all your assets.
Oh, these phones
They can
already have
do
us in
that
a digital
shit now.
prison. It's
The
true.
shit that we're worried about, they can already do.
Like all this
Oh, no,
AI
definitely.
facial recognition stuff is wild.
Yeah, look how Japan's living. They living in 2050. I mean, they buying shit with their face. There's no employees in the store. There's fucking vending machines that cook hot food. They got
Hey, yo,
avatars
fellas.
as waiters and waitresses,
And you
robots.
know why they're ahead of the curve, right?
Because it
Because
sounds
their
like enough to do.
population, well, because they don't have enough young people in their population, so their population is aging out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the old people that
So that's
fight
why
against
all the
change, there's less fight against change because there's less old people. You know what I mean?
What's it
Older
called?
generations always fight against the new generation.
all
We
right.
always look at
I
the
have to
kids
After
like,
give
oh, the kids think
I
they
have
know
to give
it
a
all.
special message to Fifth. Fuck you, Fifth. Sorry,
Somebody in
guys.
the comments
one
says
second.
Styles gets facials.
I don't like that.
He goes, I don't
I
like
Um,
don't like that.
but
I
yo,
don't
guys,
like
I'm
that.
sorry. I'm gonna have to end my
No,
time
I
here.
was
I have
just
to
gonna
go
say
get
we
ready
can
for
all
work.
wrap it up here because
Yeah.
I cooked my food and it's I've been looking at it the whole time and I
Oh, you have
haven't
to
He's
I
like,
didn't
recook
eat
it?
I'm
it.
a big back and I want to eat
I
this.
didn't want to eat it because of the debacle I had with the chips on the last episode. So,
Oh,
so we're gonna sign off now. And thanks for coming on, John. And
Of
whenever
course,
you
man.
can, obviously, let's get you on
Bro,
here and
of
let's
course.
get Mr. Fifth back on, Mr. Fifth back on the next episode, and Hammer, the Hammer, you gotta go on. Weapon beat you.
and
Weapon beat you
listen,
back on the show,
guys,
Hammer.
before we go,
I thought
everybody
Weapon was
go.
dead.
Listen, before we go,
Yeah,
everybody go stream my brand new EP, Midnight Prophet. It dropped
Oh
definitely
yeah,
do
hell
that.
yeah.
It's
Thanks.
already over 70,000 streams in 3 days. I appreciate everybody who tapped in. It's 15
Word.
minute EP. You can fucking have that shit on your lunch break, your fucking smoke
Definitely
break,
check it out.
and
Oh yeah.
seven
Good
songs is dope.
shit.
Oh yeah,
I
of
Yes,
mean,
course.
sir.
Most deaf,
Yes,
dog.
sir.
Hopefully everyone has a
So,
blessed day, guys. Stay up.
you
Love y'all.
too.
Peace
Take
out.
care, guys.
Peace.
Peace. Peace.